watching, except I have
Hello everybody, and welcome to another episode of Battleground Games Live. Hi there, I'm Andrew, and sitting with me are Amanda and Travis.
Hello.
Welcome to the Loft at Battleground Games and Hobbies in Abington, Massachusetts. We're going to be playing Mysterium. And we've got a base game set up here, but before we went live, Amanda was talking about another Clue-like game.
Yeah.
She was talking about Kill Dr. Lucky.
Kill Dr. Lucky, one of my favorite games.
Actually, before we go into that, I want to make sure that people who are watching are aware that we are going to be having 25 hours of gaming. Our 25-hour Extra Life Marathon is going to be starting.
So long.
Yeah, Amanda, you don't have a headphone in. You're not listening?
No, I don't.
Okay. That's going to be going on November 4th through the 5th. Starts at noon Eastern on November 4th. Runs until noon Eastern on November 5th.
We're going to be so tired.
That is 25 hours because daylight savings time.
Yep.
So, and it's going to be broadcast from up here in the loft. We'll have a variety of games.
DGDell, you're here.
Oh, DGDell, be safe.
Right at the beginning.
Are you near like
disaster
storm
areas?
Area? I can speak.
Yeah, I hope that you're okay down there.
Yeah, we were hoping you were okay.
But welcome.
Yeah, welcome.
Glad you could
you're
be here.
But yeah, 25 hours. We're going to be streaming all sorts of stuff. We've got some plans in place.
Yep, there's going to be a variety of different things going on.
Grand.
Oh yes, waffles are definitely
Waffles. Waffle time.
happening. So that's exciting.
Yep, that is exciting.
Amanda, did you want to show off your labyrinth
It
goblins?
looks like it might rain on you a little bit.
Yeah,
Just a tiny bit.
maybe just a little rain.
Since you are here, I will show off my labyrinth.
Do you want to pass them over here
Figures.
and I'll put them
Yeah,
in the
I will pass
document
them here. I'll just hand you the whole box. I finished painting my goblins.
So yeah, Amanda got the goblins for the Labyrinth board game. When did we get those? Last week, I guess.
Last week,
a week ago.
yeah. I took a week off. I had some vacation time I had to use, or I was going to lose it. So I took this week, because if I didn't take this week, I wasn't really going to get another chance until December. I'm already taking as much as I can in December. So yeah.
So she took this week to paint her goblins.
It's a surprise
and
vacation.
These are the finished results. So I don't know if you can see this guy here.
Here, there's some napkins.
Oh, okay.
Use as a
And
white
for
background.
contrast?
Yeah, for
There we
contrast.
go.
For him specifically, because he's such a dark character.
This is the goblin Gatling,
That's the artillery, the like goblin artillery.
and he's got a little eyeball on a stalk. I think it's supposed to be a periscope.
It's
He has
supposed to be an
sticking up
eyeball
out
on a
of his
stalk.
head.
It's literally supposed to be an eyeball on a stalk.
That's very Muppets.
Yeah, it very much is. Once I seal that, I'm going to go back and hit that with a gloss coat over the eye so that it's nice and shiny.
This goblin was the one Amanda had the most difficulty with
He's the
because there was
one-
no reference for him.
Yeah, he's the one in the movie who goes, "What is this rubbish? Doesn't even start with 'I wish.'"
Yeah.
And
I'm trying to get it
unfortunately,
closer to
you
look
never
at.
really see him. You never see him from like the neck down. You only ever see his head, like from about like here up. So I knew he had sort of a grayish scarf thing going across, and I knew that he has in some photos of the puppet, he's got this little cap with a
The
spike on
pointy
top.
hat, yeah.
And that it was a leather cap. It's not a metal cap. But everything else about
just
him
had to make up.
was completely
And I
made
know
up.
you love working from reference.
He was kind of fun because he's got a sort of greenish cast to his skin in the movie. So I had to go over and do like a green dry brush over him.
And then we've got the
Nipper guards.
Nipper guard.
So they've got their nippers on their sticks.
Yep, nipper
Little nipper
sticks.
sticks. He was a lot of fun. That nipper was a lot of fun to paint. It looked really disturbing until I hit it with a wash, because it was just this beige blob, which was really it was like
But then you did the little teeth.
intensely
and it really
unsettling.
comes together.
Yeah, the teeth made him. The wash and the flesh wash and the teeth totally made him. He was fun to paint.
And we're getting to the really good ones now.
Yeah.
This guy is, what is his name?
Rome Baba.
Rome Baba.
He's listed as like the Goblin Brute in all the lit that I've found on the Goblins expansion, but there's actually a character name for him in Brian Froud's Goblins book. If you look up the character, he actually does have a name.
And
his name is Rome Baba, and he's known for being one of the dimmer goblins, and he is also the Goblins Prime Minister.
Yeah.
Which I think is fantastic.
He looks great.
And he was so much fun to paint.
I don't know if they can appreciate the work you did on his eyes.
Yeah, his pupils. I'm so pleased. I actually got those first try, which doesn't happen very frequently.
Yeah.
Turn him around, because I'm very pleased with the back of the highlighting I got on the back of his little leather, like, jacket.
Toque? Yeah.
Yeah, he was fun.
And last but not least
is the Goblin
Cavalry, which is one of my favorite
Knight.
puppets in the entire movie.
So the candy striping on that was a giant pain.
You manually did the candy striping on the spear there.
But he was a lot of fun. His armor was actually really difficult. The way it's highlighted and weathered in places, it's all shades of red. And reds, I find, I don't know about the reds in the Citadel paints, but the Vallejo paints, the reds, they're really nice shades, but they go on semi-clear at first. It's really bizarre. So I can never tell exactly how red it's going to look when it dries until it's dry. It looks almost like I'm darkening the red, even with a lighter red, until it dries out. And then I'm like, okay, that's really bright.
So good in the end.
So, yeah, I'm really pleased with them. I did them all this week because I had the week off, so I basically did like a day of Goblin.
Yeah, and I see DGDell that you say you haven't gotten yours yet, but you'll get them next week.
Even the unpainted models look really great. So I'm excited about them. I'm really hopeful that this expansion will do well. And if it does, that they'll do more expansions. I'm really hopeful. I want to get the Wise Man and his hat. I want the Worm. And I really want nice. Like a set of helping hands or something. And maybe a fairy.
There's so many different characters.
Yeah, there's so many really fun puppets in Labyrinth. Yeah. So really hopeful on that. And we were also talking about another game.
That's right, yeah. So Amanda had been talking about Kill Dr. Lucky. So for those who are not familiar, the game we're playing today, Mysterium, is very much a cross of Clue and Dixit. So we're trying to solve a murder mystery. I, at this end of the table here with my little shield here, I am a ghost who has been murdered.
Yes.
And I have to communicate with the psychics who are trying to investigate the murder using nothing but vague sort of pictures. And hopefully the reason we made this camera so very, very large today is that we want to be able to get the art on the cards up for you guys so that you can see as we play. Because the art is absolutely essential to understanding the game.
Definitely. But yeah, I was telling Travis about Kill Dr. Lucky.
Yeah, and I see DGDell that you've played it.
Yeah.
It's an awesome game.
So
I love cheap-ass games.
Dr. Lucky moves around to different rooms, and as the players, you're trying to kill him. But you don't want anyone to know that you killed him, so you can't kill him if someone else is in line of sight with you. So, yeah.
So you have to arrange for him to come into a room with you where nobody can see you, and then you can attempt to kill him. But everybody else has in their hands failures that save his life.
So you have move cards and failure cards. But you can also bluff. You can be like, I'm out of failures, man. So that the other players don't know that you're holding a failure for them. So yeah, there's a bit of bluffing involved. It's a lot of fun. And there are weapon cards. So you might have a weapon in your hand and be able to do extra damage to him.
But we just got the Kill Dr. Lucky expansion in the store, which is the Secret Lab, I think it is. It's a new board that you can play on.
I love Kill Dr. Lucky. It was one of the first games that we got when we started dating. And I just thought it was a lot of fun. Yeah, it's reverse Clue, basically. And that's how we explain it too. But yeah, we were laying out the weapon cards for Mysterium tonight, and we were looking at some of these items, and it just made me think of Kill Dr. Lucky and killing with the shoehorn.
Yes,
Which is always fun. But yeah, like there are certain rooms that he doesn't go into. They're not numbered rooms, so he won't move into them on his own. But if you use a movement card on him, you can move him into a room that he wouldn't normally move into. And the weapons that match those rooms, so the weapons have like a base damage value. The weapons that match those rooms do extra damage. So if you're using like
a loud noise, you can kill him with a loud noise in
bad cream,
as one does.
I think it's bad cream is the kitchen one. So each room sort of has a weapon that goes with it, but the rooms that he won't go into normally, the weapons that go with those rooms are much more damage. So, yeah.
Okay, shall we
Aww.
learn to play Mysterium?
Sure. Let's
So
play
Amanda
Mysterium.
has not played a full game of Mysterium yet. We
No, but
sort
I
of
get the
covered the rules
concept
this
of it.
morning. Travis, have you played Mysterium?
I have not.
Okay, so how about you folks in chat? DGDell,
Hey, Kat.
Kat, have you played it?
I honestly
bit of
think
a delay, so they
Selena
won't
might have the
reply right
controller
away.
right now based on that last message.
Hi, Selena.
Whoa, good. So
It's like a super good game, right? GG.
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 So here's how Mysterium works. We have, and you guys in chat probably can't quite see them because they're very small on this window down here. We have a lineup of
You can sort of see 'em.
people, places, and weapons that could potentially have been responsible for me, the ghost, being
No,
killed.
they're actually upside down because the camera is this way.
Oh, okay, then let's switch them
I'm
around.
going to turn them around.
Sorry.
This is good, then they'll be facing Travis. You can see them. So we've got people, we've got places, and we've got weapons.
Okay.
There we go.
And we'll use the document camera to get a better look at some of these things.
Yeah.
I have behind my screen here an array that tells me which player, the different colors are purple, yellow, blue, black. I also have red and white, but we don't have red or white players right now.
So DGDell says that was the one that was missing the deck of cards.
Oh no.
And they could never get the extra. That's horrible.
Yeah.
But if you stick around in chat tonight, we're hoping to have chat play Mysterium with us.
Yeah.
So
you guys will get a chance to play. We'll be using
I'm really excited
polls
about
and
the-
stuff posted to the chat to be able to do
the
that.
possibility of.
So the way that I communicate with the psychics is via images, and I'll just draw a random card from my deck here and show it to you guys on stream. So I have cards like this. Is that upside down?
No, that's right side up.
Okay.
It's got the sort of audience.
And it's got a variety of
dandelions.
different things on
I
it.
had
Like
that one later.
I could be trying to communicate
Yeah.
via the dancers or the dandelions. The stage could be a hint. Something in this card would be related to one of the things on the cards out on the field there. And I'm trying to get them to
Very
choose the
Dixit.
right thing. Yeah, exactly. It's very much like Dixit. And once they have 7 turns to figure everything out. Where's the clock? It's right here.
Here.
Well, no, this is the clock.
Yeah, but we also have like
So it
track.
starts at 1
things.
and goes up to 7. If at the end of the 7th turn they have not guessed or they have not reached the end of the track there, then they lose the game. It's a cooperative thing.
Wah wah.
After they reach the end, then I have to choose one player, and I get to choose any player. And that particular psychic's lineup is the ultimate answer. And we'll get to that at the end of the game, where I have to give 3 last clues that only pertain to one lineup. And then if they can figure out which lineup that is, they win, and I get the piece of knowing that my killer is going to see prosecution or whatever. So I think,
Vengeance, you know,
yeah, exactly.
whatever.
Chat, if you guys will not look at that screen over there for a second, let me show chat what I have going on behind the screen. Come with me behind the scenes.
Come with me on a journey.
So here's what I have.
We're just psychics being psychics
These
over
are
here.
the lineups,
just, you know,
so I can
talking
see,
about, like,
for example, for the
psychic
purple
stuff.
psychic, I know that this
I got me a
person
crystal ball
is
the other
the
day.
potential
Yeah,
killer.
For mediums.
This is the
Yeah.
location, and this here is the object with which I was killed, or potentially killed.
I really appreciate
So I have
Thank
to
you.
communicate those three items, the person, the place, and the thing, to
Travis does really good puns, folks.
to the psychics, to the purple psychic in particular. I also have these little things down here. They come into the game more towards the end, but I can use them during my turn to show that I've already given some guesses to the psychic. I also have this crow, which I can use. We're playing on easy mode, so I can use this crow to redraw my hand. And then these are discards. There are 5 of each option out here, so 5 people, 5 places, and 5 weapons. But I only have 4 here. One of them is a discard, so there's an innocent bystander out there on the wall.
So I did learn something useful earlier. Andy and I did sort of a mock-up
test,
game,
yeah.
a test game, just so that I had an idea of how it was going to work. And I learned something very useful, which was that once I had discarded one of these cards,
Yeah.
on behind the screen, I was being the ghost. I didn't really look at it before I handed Andy a clue. And so there was a clue that had a circle in it. And he was looking at this particular card, the woman with the clock, and that was my red herring. That was the one that I had discarded. And I hadn't even really looked at her. And so I didn't think about the effect of giving him that thing with a circle. I was thinking about something totally different. And I didn't even think that he might go for the red herring because I hadn't paid attention to it.
Yeah.
So that's an important thing if you're going to play this. If you're playing the ghost, even if you've discarded
communism
one of them,
is just a red
you
herring.
need to remember what it is that you've discarded. You still need to be paying attention to it
That's
so
a
that
good
you
point.
know that you're not leading
I'm going to
them in
flip
the
them
wrong
over
direction.
for myself here so I can see what I have. But you guys can't see behind my screen.
No.
All right. So I have
But I'm
drawn
psychic, so I know
a
what's back there,
hand of 7 cards. They are each playing 2 psychics because we only have 3 players tonight. So each of them will have to guess 2 full sets. They each have an envelope into which they can put their cards as they guess them correctly. So now I, one at a time, for each of the 4 psychics, there's Amanda has blue and yellow, and Travis has purple and black. For each psychic, I choose cards from my hand
Right.
to try and communicate with that psychic. One of the identities will start, because everybody starts with the identity. Oh, if you want to put your psychics on here, just to indicate that we're guessing identities right now.
There we go.
There we go. All right. So I see a few different things here.
To really do this, we should have like dressed up the space to be all
Yeah, and-
seance-y, and maybe we'll play it again in October if people enjoy
I hope
it.
to.
And if the whole getting chat to play with us works out well, maybe we'll play it again in October and do that again and have that be like a planned thing for like Halloween or something. Halloween's
I also,
Monday,
because
I
we're
think.
playing it on easy mode, have the option to discard my hand once per hour
No, Halloween is a
and draw an
Tuesday.
all new hand.
We could do it on the 27th though. Yes, Spooky Game October. October is going to be all spooky games.
Yes, we're looking forward
You
to
know what we
that.
should play?
What?
We should do some smaller games. We should do like Murder of Crows and Gloom. Because that would be fun. Murder of Crows is a deceptively, it's a simple game, but it actually, like it comes across as a simple game, but it's a storytelling game as well, which is really fun.
I know.
I think I'm going to burn my card discard early. Because I drew a bunch of cards that Amanda and I played with earlier today, and I don't want to. Yeah, I shuffled.
Yeah, well, we have the same people. That
we
I
have
played
some of
with
the same
earlier,
folks.
too.
So
4 out of the 5.
I've already made my decision on who looks the shadiest based on looks.
They all look shady.
All right, I've got a new hand of
I don't
7
trust this
cards. Okay. So
The Scotsman up there,
I don't trust him.
honorable. Look at the medals on his vest.
He probably lied to get those and stole them off a dead soldier.
Ooh.
I'm always able to go dark.
Love the illustrations on
I don't
these
trust her
cards.
either.
They're so random
See, Bearded
and
Man
weird.
has the wayward glance. He's got the shifty eye
That's
to
true,
the side.
that's true. And he's a stonemason.
Yep.
He probably makes gravestones for the people that he's gonna kill, and he has them made ahead of time.
Well, he specifically tailors each one though, so that's actually
Yeah.
really nice.
I mean, he's a craftsman. He takes pride in his work.
So my
Both
dilemma
killing
here
and stone carving.
is that many of the cards I have drawn don't really
Yeah, we could
pertain
totally do both.
immediately to things out there. I'm going to try and burn a couple of
that
cards
did happen to me.
so that I can draw more.
I was like, none of these work. And then, of course, Andy guessed correctly on one of them, and the next card that I drew was like such a good card to direct him to it.
Also, does our policeman friend here, is he like Conehead going on? Does his head
Yes.
like
Should
occupy
look
this space
ahead
as well?
The next area I'm
Actually,
going
he's driven
to.
by a mouse, and it lives in the
Okay.
house.
That's all, but it's all in secret. You can't see the mouse.
He's an automaton being driven by a mouse.
He's got like a little control panel, joysticks and
He has
such.
little cranks and levers. And,
Cheese.
Like,
Yeah.
like the Power Ranger like control board.
yeah, he has a lot of buttons to push.
Okay. That for that.
Yeah, that's why. That's why he looks so unhappy. That's why he hasn't shaved. Look at how
right.
stubbly he is.
It requires fine motor skills.
So one of the other fun things about
I see something that could help me.
Mysterium is in the instruction book. There's a whole story and setup to it that's very Clue-like. You know, it's got, there at one point there was a birthday party, and around 3 a.m. one of the manservants was dead, and then the count and his family moved out. A couple of months later, and there was an investigation, but it didn't go well, and yeah. So there's this whole, it's set up very nicely. The instruction book that has like newspaper clippings and a letter, and yeah.
All right. I have to do something.
Yeah, you do.
I'm going to give this clue to the purple player.
Okay.
Purple player, this is your clue.
And it's public knowledge, so I can see it too.
So let me show the clue to the chat. Here we are. This is the clue that I'm giving to the purple player.
On here, so I can get a really good look at the card.
Do you guys want to pass me the 5 options so that I can show them to the chat? The 5
sure, yeah. The 5
potential
people.
suspects.
That is quite the picture there.
Yeah. So that's my clue. And then here are the potential suspects. So we have, I'll put them this way. We have this guy. We have this guy. This guy here. This gal. What's that? There we go. And this fellow. And
Hello, we have a new person, Nate DeSuka.
Hello, Nate.
Welcome.
Spooky.
We are playing Mysterium.
Thank you.
All right.
It's Nate, if you can't tell. Nate, hi.
Welcome.
We're going to be getting
your card.
folks in chat in on playing later. We're going to play one game by
So there you are,
ourselves and
Purple.
then have you
All
guys
We have that clue.
answering polls.
Don't
So
answer
you
yet.
can participate.
but hang on to that clue with your purple envelope so you know whose it is.
I tuck it inside the envelope?
No, just put it near the
just
envelope so
near-ish.
you know it's yours and who it pertains to. This clue I am going to give to Black. This is the clue that I'm giving to the Black psychic. So I send a
thanks,
mental
DGDell.
image to the person playing the Black psychic.
May I see?
There you go.
Draw another card. I already burnt my...
Cool.
I'm going to give this clue to the Blue psychic. So that goes to Blue. I'll draw a new card to replace it.
Look at that.
And
Voyage by fish going on.
this clue is the clue that I am giving to the Yellow psychic. Here you are, Yellow psychic.
Oh, look, it's Paris.
And now we start the timer. Once I start the timer, you have 2 minutes to place your psychic globes on the character that you believe your card pertains to. Now, you can both, or you could put all 4 on one thing, so you
Yeah.
can have multiple globes on one character. But you have 2 minutes to guess. If we were playing with more players, you would also get to vote during those 2 minutes on whether you think the other people are right.
Right.
And you guys can talk amongst yourselves. You don't have to just think in your head. You can try and ration out what I'm trying to say with my cards. I just cannot respond in any way to your
You just have to
deliberations.
silently cringe
The
at
only
all of
thing
our
I can
terrible
tell you
guesses.
is if you're right or if you're wrong.
All right.
All right, so I'm going to flip the timer. The timer has begun.
So my thinking for yellow is travel, because there's this map. It's like exploring map
Yeah, okay.
going on there. But that could also go with that, because it's a voyage.
See, all of this right here just makes me think dwarven. Between the axes and a little
which could-
bearded... And he's a dwarf.
Yeah, he totally is.
He was a dwarf in a former life.
Yeah, 100%.
And so I
gonna
think
go with that with purple.
I'm just definitively that's where
Yeah,
I am.
I'm gonna agree with you on that one. Actually, you know what? The travel could also go with the postman who moves around.
I thought he was a different police officer.
No,
Well, all the
yeah,
stamps,
so
that-
did
that
I.
makes-
He's
that
got
makes
the
way more
uniform
sense.
And the hat and everything. Gosh,
Still got a little bit of time. Time is running.
this voyage in the fish is kind of confusing me. I'm gonna put my yellow, which is this Paris one. I'm gonna go here, and I'm gonna try blue there.
Okay, and the
he's got a blue
ghostly
flag.
ghostly unicorn drawn carriage here.
Yeah.
It just makes me think of Lily.
Okay.
Yep,
All right.
that's
Everybody is placed?
We have, yes.
Okay, so again, if you had full time, you would be able to vote if we had more players. So now I look to see
bye.
if anybody is
We'll be
correct.
here. We're gonna play multiple games, so.
So blue is incorrect.
Dang. Okay.
Black is incorrect.
Man.
Yellow is incorrect. And purple
bad
is
at
correct.
this. Yay!
So now you take this and it goes in your purple envelope.
all right.
And I get that card back. That goes in my discard now. But you can keep all those other clues
Great.
because they still apply in some
Maybe
way to the
with-
cards I was attempting to inform you about.
And also maybe like with another card they'll make more sense.
Yep, I picked purple exclusively because I knew you were going to be watching.
Aww. Purple.
This game lets you
her
pick
color
purple.
in chat is also purple, so.
All right, so now we are on to round 2, and only
Round
one
2.
person has moved forward. So I have to pass out some more. Oh, and I can do my redraw
Yeah.
thing again now, because we're playing on easy mode. All right, so now I have to look. Purple Psychic. Ooh. I am providing you with this clue.
Do you need to with the purple one? Because the purple one got their right person?
Purple can continue to move.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, purple is now guessing location.
For rooms? Okay.
Yeah. So this pertains to the location for the purple person. You are. Draw a replacement card.
That feels pretty straightforward. The color scheme.
Yeah.
So I have to choose some other options here.
Yeah, definitely. Easy mode is definitely the way to go.
When you're learning,
when you're learning a game. I've tried to learn games. So Andy and I don't know if you were around DGDell when Andy and I explained how we learned Seven Wonders. But we did it bad. We learned it bad.
Player, blue psychic, I am going to give you this card.
Ooh.
So this is
like
a
a
hint
hedge maze?
for the blue player. It's, well, I mean, there's a lot of different ways to interpret it. You can't really say.
It looks hedge mazy.
But something about this, in my mind, pertains to the thing that is the potential blue player. I have to do yellow and black.
Guess on him before I guessed blue on this guy. So he's not this guy. So it's one of these three. Maybe the postman?
I think I have to burn my cards again. This is hard.
It is.
Difficult,
so what happened with DGDell was we ran out of things to demo at PAX one year. The game that we had gone in expecting to demo all weekend, we sold out of. And so Andy and I were like, well, we have a bunch of copies of Seven Wonders, and neither of us have played that before, so let's teach ourselves how to play it. So we took a demo copy of it up to our hotel room after we finished for the night, which was like midnight. And we went up to our hotel room, and at midnight, we taught ourselves how to play Seven Wonders, just the two of us. 2-player Seven Wonders is hard mode. And it was, by the time we started, it was 1 a.m. and we had been at a convention so long. And we had been there the day before to set up. It was Boss Monster that we ran out of. We had bought really deep into it for the store. We had come in with a crew of at least 5 different teams that knew how to play it and wanted to play it and were planning on playing it all weekend long. We had come in with like well over 150 copies, I think. And they were gone. That flew off the shelves. It was gone in a day. And all of us who had gone in being like, we're going to play Boss Monster. We love Boss Monster. We're going to go in and play it. It's going to be super. We were left around like 10:30 p.m. on day one of PAX East that year being like, what now? So all of us had to learn other games to demo very quickly, and there were a few people who picked things up like first thing the next morning. There were a few people who picked things up that evening, but Andy and I, we didn't finish up with what we were doing until the floor closed. And yeah, we do get a hotel room, so we didn't have to go all the way home. Yeah, that's not the way to learn Seven Wonders. I also learned what's it called? What was the game that Derek came over and was like, hey, do you know Seasons?
Oh, yeah.
The owner of the store came over and was like, Amanda, have you played Seasons? And I was like, no. He goes, would you be willing to learn? We have a couple of guys who want to buy it, and they'll buy it and open it if someone from the store will sit down and play it with them. And I was like, sure. How hard can it be?
This is so frustrating. Yeah. All right, I'm going to have to play some cards.
Yeah, the art on it, the way the box is designed, it's so
Okay.
appealing, and it's
This-
the perfect game for a convention. It's the box is a good size to like stick in a bag. It's not super heavy. It's easy to break out and play with a bunch of people that you've just met while waiting in a line. It's just the perfect convention game, and for PAX, it's video game based.
I'm going to try
It's
and
video
use
game
2
inspired.
clues at once.
Perfect, absolutely
This is
perfect.
for the yellow player.
Ooh, that's me.
I am going to play this clue and
Birdies.
this clue. And those are both for the yellow player.
Isn't the postman?
And then I draw 2 new cards.
Door.
All right. I just have to be more vague. I'm going
It's
to
not the
play
postman, because that's who I guessed last
3
time.
clues for the black psychic. So, just putting a bunch of different things out there and see if
Like
anything
opposing
sticks.
forces. It could be the cop. He's obviously a soldier. It could be war. So there's a flag there. That could be like. I'm gonna reverse my guesses for this one. Flip flop them. That's gonna be my.
Man, I have so many weird cards here, and I know what I'm trying to communicate.
Yeah.
No, I'm just going to
And
do.
I mean, I was saying.
2.
I said on our podcast.
I'm going to do 2 clues for the black psychic.
This week.
one
Or was it last
and
week?
this one.
I mentioned it on the
We'll
podcast.
see.
That Unearth is by Brotherwise. It's the same company as Boss Monster, and the art style is totally different. The gameplay is totally different. So, if
Are you ready, guys?
Yeah. If you pick up Unearth thinking it'll be like Boss Monster, it's not. It's not
Yeah.
at all.
We're
did
in
talk
agreement
about
on that one, right?
We're totally in agreement on that. Yeah. So I'm gonna flip flop mine and put that there, and that there.
What does it mean? Why is there a Christmas tree in the background?
So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
God, and this like egg yolk thing.
Did a little later last time, so
You could go with the cop, or you could go with one of the other ones that I'm on.
I was thinking the cop.
I don't know how this works for the cop.
Right.
What's the other one you have for that? That bridge?
Yeah.
Might be the postman. Because there are ladders and stuff. There's like a lot of movement. I don't know. That could definitely be like going out to a remote place or something. I don't know.
It's an island, so it needs
Yeah.
to be
Needs its mail.
Yep.
Summoner Wars. I've seen it. I'm not familiar with it.
Sure.
It's
Let's.
very much an egg. That is 100% straight up an egg.
We're gonna go with the copper. Sure.
Okay.
Is everything out?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay. Let's see. Black psychic, you are correct.
Yay!
So give me back all the black psychic cards.
Those back.
Blue psychic, you are incorrect.
How does those cards go with that lady?
Yellow psychic, you are correct.
Yay! Here, you can have these back. Well, fine, I'll go with the lady next.
And that was our 2.
Yeah.
And purple psychic, you are correct.
Yay! That was a good one.
So you get that back, yeah?
You
wait,
put that in
I
your
get that.
purple
line.
You
psychic.
get
Yeah.
this.
Yes, I get that back.
That was a good one, though.
Yeah, that was
Good clue,
spot
Ghost.
on. Color scheme.
Yeah.
Okay. So now we're into hour 3. So the flavor is that it is Halloween, Samhain, and they only have 7 hours during which
can ask around.
the planes are close enough that they can communicate with the dead.
We can ask around, see if anyone in the store knows it. If you are signed up on our Discord, you can see if anyone on the Discord in the like board games area knows it. We do have some good board games folks who hang out in the Discord, in the like message posting part of Discord. So yeah.
Yeah, I've never personally played Summoner Wars.
Yeah, I haven't either. We'll ask around at the store though.
Alright, so blue is still there.
Yeah.
Huh.
I have no idea how these
Went with
go with the lady.
Eventually, process of elimination, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I know they both are, but
the lady in the first one, I guess. Maybe. That's all I got.
yeah. Yeah, I have no idea.
Okay, blue psychic. Oh,
Yeah.
I have my redraws back. Blue psychic.
Don't waste a good card on me.
Ooh, I'm giving you these 3 clues.
Are you burning cards on me?
What does it mean?
It's got to be burning cards. Oh, I wonder.
All right.
Burning cards on me.
Black psychic.
I wonder what that dream was like for Blue Psychic.
Black psychic, I am giving you these 2 clues.
Now there's a mouse.
This is for
wearing
the
a helmet,
black?
Black.
Okay.
And then I was on a boat in a
Okay.
bathtub,
Alright, that's,
and
yeah.
I went to the circus. Played violin.
Are we, Creepy Shack?
Creepy Shack.
Gotta be Creepy Shack.
Yeah, let's go. Yeah, definitely Creepy Shack for that.
Need something for purple psychic and something for yellow psychic.
Awesome. Excuse me. I don't know why I'm so tired. I had a week off. My body's like, haha, you get to sleep now. Only my vacation's over. Back to work tomorrow.
Interesting.
Always every time I look back at the clues the second time, it's like, oh, there's like penny
Yeah.
farthing bicycles in the sky, and
And I'm like, well, is that an
Purple
axe there? There's a
psychic.
key.
No. Yellow psychic.
there's a snake
Yeah.
on a leash.
I am giving you this clue.
Super. Ooh.
This is my clue for yellow psychic.
Slingshot? This has a whole bunch of tools,
That was yellow.
implements and stuff.
And
Like a toy
finally, I
workshop
need
almost.
one for purple psychic. Purple psychic. I am trying to communicate to you the weapon that may have been used in my murder. Most foul.
The Phantom Society. I'm gonna look that up.
Man,
Oh, it's
I don't want to use my
it's a
redraw.
slingshot. It's launching you into a world of wonder. It's the library.
It's a world of delightful wonder.
Okay, this
I mean, they're
is
birds.
my clue to
There's
the
feathers.
purple psychic. Ooh, here you are, purple psychic. All right, that's everybody has their cards now. I draw one more, so I'm back up to 7.
All right.
And I'm starting the timer now.
All right. Well, obviously that's going there.
We're in super agreement
Creepy
on that
Shack.
one.
Yeah. What do you think about my slingshot with the bird feathers? I feel like that's probably a safe.
Yeah, it's a toy workshop. Even
Yeah.
specifically, it looks like.
Yeah, it is. Well, I mean, it's making a race car. I don't know if it's specifically a toy workshop, but that's definitely what's being built.
And this is it's been murdered with a stalk of wheat. So
I think it's an ink quill.
it
Yeah.
totally is an inkwell. with a bird.
On a signpost. That's like an inn. So it could be the frying pan.
And you could cook a bird in a frying pan.
That's true, you could.
Yep.
But a bird has a beak, which looks like
Which looks like that.
Yeah.
The deliberation is almost as much fun as the laying out of the cards. You have about 40 seconds.
I like the beak theory.
The beak idea? Yeah. I think that could work.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay,
All right.
everybody has voted.
We're placed. Yeah.
All right, let's see here. Blue Psychic.
Whoa!
You are correct.
Ah.
Finally.
Black Psychic. You are correct.
Yeah.
That was a pretty
That's a pretty on the nose.
creepy shack. Definitely the creepy shack.
Shall I show the clue to the chat?
Yeah.
Where's the clue? I gave these two. This was the location that I was trying to get Travis to guess, and these are the two clues that I gave. One is this sort of shed, and one is a creepy death thing under a tree.
Creepy shack.
Yeah.
So
Think
this
shack.
is what.
Think creepy shack.
So that goes in
Yes.
your envelope. Who's left? Yellow Psychic. You guessed the workshop. You are correct.
Nice.
And get to move on. Purple Psychic. You are incorrect.
Oh no!
All right. We've got 3 psychics guessing about weapons now, and 1 psychic guessing about a location.
Yeah. Oh, here, Andy.
Oh, thank you. Oh no, you keep that.
No, that's the clue.
Yes. Oh, it was the clue that you guessed correctly. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Yes. So this was the clue that I
Twitch does
gave.
that, man.
That's the
Twitch is being a
clue.
butt.
And this was the location that I
they
was
workshop.
trying to get the psychic to guess. So it's very much association.
Yeah.
You know, it's more vague and not so like straightforward.
Thinking, what is it about that image that's jumping
Yeah.
out to me, and what will jump out to someone else?
Exactly.
You know, Postman, I'm sorry I ever doubted him. You know,
I feel bad.
just an
that-
honorable dude, just delivering the mail.
just trying to get the mail delivered.
All right.
Neither
So
sleet
I'm
nor
going to
snow,
give-
nor rain, nor murder accusations.
Nor locusts.
Yeah. Or creepy shacks. He'll deliver the mail to the creepy shack.
Have to look in
was a
detail
great
at some of the
storm.
cards to
An
get an
earthquake.
idea what they are.
Locust! It wasn't my fault, you gotta believe me!
All right.
See.
So blue psychic.
Yes.
I'm going to give you 3 clues. Blue psychic.
Wow. Okay.
This is 1 clue. Blue psychic is trying to guess a location.
Yep.
This is a 2nd clue,
Organ. Chapel.
and this is a 3rd clue.
An organ.
That's like a gate right there.
All right, so
But this is definitely
there you
like in
are.
a. It's a crypt in
Blue
a church.
psychic.
Oh, yeah, sure. I can
So I'm looking at like.
Draw 3 more cards.
the overall shape of it, yeah.
Oh, maybe it's supposed to be the
Now we're
library.
trying
Why would you give me an
to
organ if
do
it's the library?
weapons.
You know we don't allow organs in the library, Andy. Maybe like when you're bored in church.
Okay. I have some
I'm
ideas.
gonna go with the crypt. I think because like the organ doesn't make any sense to me for the library.
Black psychic. This is your clue about the weapon that may have been responsible for my death.
Oh,
W.
Actually, I can't go on to it yet. I'm ahead of myself. So definitely
Yellow
just the grip.
psychic.
Yes.
This is the clue that might lead you to guess the
I'm
weapon
gonna
that
have to
might
look
have
closer at
led
that.
to my
But I
dad.
think it's the frying pan. Or no. I thought that whale was a pan. It's not. It's a whale.
Okay, got
Heavy things. And is it the barbell?
Got the way of the world.
Yeah. I'm gonna go for the barbell for that.
I'm going to redraw my hand. I love playing on easy mode. On hard mode, you can only do this once for the entire game.
Entire game.
Yeah.
And in medium mode, you can do it 3 times during the entire game. We are in hour 4 now.
Yep.
1,
I heard the Ravens
2,
call 3 times.
4,
Call.
5,
Call.
7. So
Call.
I'm giving a clue to that. I'm giving a clue to that. I still need to give a clue to purple player. Purple player.
I really thought looking at this from a distance that it was a pan. I was going to be like, that's really on the nose. That's really spot on.
Purple player. I am giving you 2 more clues to guess
crisp.
what object may have resulted in my demise. So here are your clues, purple player. Should we show the chat all the possible weapons?
Sure.
Yeah.
These are all the possible weapons
They've got rifles.
could be resulting in my death.
So that could be the gun. I don't know about
We
that.
already know it's not the pan because they guessed that last time.
It's cold. Died
So-
by freezing.
Which of these
Very
could be
consistent
related
coloring
to the
theme
clue
here.
that I just gave them?
That's true.
Here.
Which one has a bluish background? Gun, the clippers, the hammer has a blue background.
All right, I have handed out all the clues. I am starting the
I'm going with the
timer.
barbell for mine.
So,
I am finding that it is very, very difficult to give utterly no reaction
Yeah.
to their guesses
You
and
need a good
speculation.
face.
this is also the.
I actually just have to be
That's true.
like,
Yep. So we're,
good at
we're just
ignoring
we're just
them.
gonna have to go with the hammer.
If I had a hammer,
Yeah.
so we.
And now I have like this weird robot automaton thing over here.
Maybe the gun?
I was thinking the gun,
There's a whole lot of open, like, barrel
like
things.
they're like tin cans.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah. It's got it's shaped vaguely like the garden shears, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. A gun seems like it's more
Yeah,
sophisticated.
you were getting some buzzing.
Oh, I can take care of that. It's the ghosts and spirits.
Yeah, they're interfering with the mics. Real hard.
All right, has everybody voted?
Thank you, DGDell.
Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
we're good.
So, purple psychic, you guessed the hammer. You are correct.
Ah.
The purple psychic has made it to the end game. Yellow psychic, you guessed the dumbbell. You are correct.
Yeah.
Blue psychic, you guessed the
Crypt.
crypt. You are correct. And black psychic, you guessed the pistol. You are correct.
Nice.
Fantastic.
So now we are on to hour 5.
I only have to figure out between these two.
So I think it's reasonable to say that you're going to make it.
But will we be able to figure out who the burglar is?
Yes.
Ooh.
Okay, so
Old
I
Man
need
Jenkins.
some clues for the blue psychic.
Barbell? The soldier with the barbell in the workshop?
I also have to be thinking ahead.
Okay. So the stonemason
To the
with a
final
hammer
round.
seems very obvious. But why? Why was he in the conservatory?
He was putting up a gravestone. I want to know
Okay.
why the clockmaker was in the crypt.
Blue psychic, here is your clue. This is the clue for the blue psychic.
Bunch of gears and tools.
And I'll start the timer now.
Between the two, I'd
Going with that one.
The garden shears.
Yeah, I mean, there's round shapes and stuff, but I'm going to go with
I have to imagine you'd have a different card to convey pan
I would hope.
over garden shears.
I've seen some of those cards. I don't know about that. But I'm going to go with the garden shears.
You are correct. All right, so now we
There's
move
a shock.
into the final phase. So what happens now is I have to look at all the things
All the
that are,
lineups.
yes, all the lineups, and choose one of the 4 that
I
is the
disappeared off
actual
camera.
killer.
Sorry.
And I have to give 3 cards, each card representing one of the objects in that lineup.
And then we have to figure out, like, what 3 cards matched your 3 cards. So, like, if we have 1, it's like, oh, yeah, that'd be a great one for the, for the shears.
Right.
But it does not at all match the crypt.
So put your envelopes with the cards out in the play area, I guess.
How do you want them?
Should we lay them out so that you can see them?
No, I can see I know what's in the envelopes
can-
because I have the...
Can we lay them out
you
so
can
we
look
can
at them.
see
Yeah,
them?
sure.
So let's move these back.
Does that work for you? Something to that effect?
Yeah.
And we're going to number those. So purple's lineup is lineup number 1. Oops, 1. Yellow's lineup is lineup number 2. Blue's lineup is lineup number 3. Oops, that's not blue, that's
black.
black.
Happens to be wearing a navy jacket, but
Yeah.
And then you guys each get your voting tokens. These are yellows. These are what you would have been using throughout the game. Those are blues.
To try and, like,
To
tell
try
each
and
other.
guess who is correct or incorrect. Purple.
Yeah, because I could have sat there and, like, waited out the timer.
And black.
Had last minute guess.
So these should all have numbers on the backs of them.
Yep.
They are black. Make sure I'm doing this correctly.
See, the combinations just leave me with more questions than anything, you know?
Yeah. I mean, the policeman with the gun in the creepy shack, I
So
totally
your votes
get.
are going to be secret. You're going to take the number corresponding to the thing that you believe I am pointing to and put it in your envelope. It is secret from everybody, so don't let them see what numbers are left. After everybody has voted, all 4 have voted, we're going to reveal, actually I guess since there's only 2 players,
Yeah.
3 players. Yeah, no, this is right. You vote openly because there's 3 players.
Right.
And you must agree which group is the final answer.
So we're going to come to a mutual agreement.
Yeah, so we're all gonna,
Yeah.
by our powers combined.
Yes. Okay, so I need to look at what is in my hand and try
Just doesn't
to.
seem like she would murder somebody with gardening shears. Seems incredibly brutal. In a crypt.
She was just there to pay her respects and light a candle.
And murder somebody with gardening shears, apparently.
You know, some people need murdering with garden shears. It's this guy who worries me. I just find him very worrisome.
It's just a barbell of... A barbell's particularly gruesome, maybe more so than the shears.
Like,
That's just...
that takes some doing. You're gonna have some concavities created.
Because even the hammer here is a fine enough point on either end where it's a...
You could just take someone right out. Whereas this, you're gonna linger, and
Okay.
it's gonna be bad.
It's going to take effort.
So I have to shuffle these up. Oops, my final
At
3
least
clues.
they're the old tiny
Because I
barbell,
can't tell them
the rounded weights.
which
Yeah.
clue
So
pertains
it's
to
funnier.
which thing. So these are the final 3 clues that will possibly reveal who killed me, where, and with what.
That's what we're trying to find out.
All right, you ready?
There's no need to shout.
I've shuffled these all up so that they're not
Right, I
in
am.
any particular order. But one of these will pertain to a person, one will pertain to a weapon, and one will pertain to a location. So clue number 1. This is a clue. One of the clues I'm giving them. And then I'm giving them this clue. And then I'm giving them this clue.
Abduction.
So,
I'm going from a distance, so.
yeah. So
No,
now
it's done.
I will let them debate. Starting the timer now.
All right.
Which of the 4 possible scenarios?
The sword.
Was it a
There's a
dwarf in a
knight
graveyard
in
with a
2 of
hammer?
these. And
Was
I
it
feel
a-
like he's military.
See, at first I thought
Soldier
this was a guy golfing.
in a workshop
I was like,
with
oh,
a dumbbell?
the Scotsman.
That would be
Was
fantastic.
it a clockmaker or watchmaker in a
I
crypt
feel like there's,
with some
I mean,
shears?
time could refer to her,
Or was
the
it
clocks.
a
Right.
but neither of these
policeman
really
in a
suggest to
scary
me
shack
the shears
with a gun?
or the crypt.
Yeah, like when I saw this,
Yeah.
that felt like that was related to
Workshop-y?
this. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't see between these two something that relates to the
The
barbell.
barbell. The only thing I can think of is the shape of an hourglass
Sure.
is bulbous.
But it could just be just straight up, there's a sword there.
yeah,
There's
yeah.
2 swords. And he's golfing with his sword, and he's
And
Scottish.
he's Scottish.
It makes sense.
Yeah, I don't really see creepy shack in any of these 3,
No.
or pistol in any of these 3, or hammer. I think it's this guy.
Yeah. I think we're pretty...
I think we are.
So you are in agreement. What is your consensus?
Our consensus is number 2.
Yep. Scottish general dude. With
Alright.
barbell
So
and a
you
toy shack.
believe that it was a Scotsman with a dumbbell in a shack?
Or in a toy shop or in a workshop. The creepy shack is over here.
In a workshop.
Yeah.
You are correct. It was number 2.
Ah!
They have
did it.
unmasked
Figured
my
it out.
killer. And that's how that game works.
So here's my only thing about this.
Do you want to go back and look at some of the clues and figure
Yeah.
out how I got those connections?
How did that hedge mazy looking thing relate to Little Miss Clockmaker here?
I'm trying to remember, how far back was that?
That was ways back.
The second round, I think.
Was that when I gave you 3 clues at once?
No.
Was I just burning clues?
Oh,
No, that was the second clue you gave me.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, I don't understand. We did it.
So many clues here.
Yeah, I think the knight was very much.
Right.
I mean, there were 2
Okay.
swords in there, and he had the sword there, and yeah, that was.
No, that was okay.
Did
had
you get
things hanging.
golfing from him at all?
No, I didn't get
But
the
that was
Scotsman
pretty
thing.
awesome.
But I did give you 2 things with swords, and Amanda was right. The dumbbell has the same general shape
It's
as an
that
hourglass.
Narrow in the middle, going to bulbous at the end.
Yep.
It just happened to contain another knight in it.
Yeah, and I mean it has little hooks hanging, and it has a sort of workshop like
Yeah,
elves in the
that felt like
shoemakery.
that was the first card I saw. Felt like it was location oriented,
Yeah.
and that's the only one that fit.
Yeah.
And everything else from there was just bias confirmation.
Yeah.
I can't remember what I gave you, Amanda.
It
to
looks like a
indicate
hedge
her.
maze. It's green. It's bright green.
Clearly,
Was
clearly,
it
I
this
Got a
one?
hole in it. That's not it.
Okay.
That's an egg.
yeah, that was one that I
Not a
got.
hedge
Yeah, I
maze.
see
One that
the
Black
egg
got.
there.
Give me the cards.
Okay, here.
I'll find it because I know exactly what it was. Because I was like, I don't get it. The
These are
only
all the
thing I
cards
can
I
think
went
of
through,
looking back
because I
on it
went
now
through so many cards.
is
'Cause I was-
that it was like teeth on a
Yeah,
gear.
it was almost like a fern pattern, just with how many
Yeah,
branches were
the
going
only
out.
thing I can think of is that it was made to make me think of like. the
Oh,
teeth
I
on a
remember
gear.
what it is that you're thinking about. Yeah. So one of the things on the card is a key. There was a key on the ground, and it was like that was the association I
She
had.
does
from it.
not have any.
Well, I was thinking you
keys.
use keys to wind clocks.
But it's not on the card.
Yeah.
That's a stretch.
That's a reach.
Well, you'll find out when you're on this side of the screen that you have to
all
do that
reach.
kind of reach, because you don't have cards that relate instantly to the things that are out there.
There it is. Is that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, chat, this is, it was a stretch. It was a major stretch. But one of the things on this card that caught my attention was this key over here.
There's way too much going on in that
There
image.
is, well, that all the cards have so much going on.
But that key is such a minor part of the image
Yeah.
in comparison to the rest
Well,
of
I
it
was
as
trying
my
to form
second
a
clue.
psychic connection. I was trying to.
Oh, you know,
get
we're
into your
connected.
mind.
No,
Yeah.
this is all for show. You already knew the entire time.
Here.
So, I want to try and. Oh, can I have this back?
Oh, yeah, of course.
I want to try and do a 4-player game
With-
where our friends in the chat get to play one of the psychics.
I think that would be a lot of fun. So, DGDell, you up for it? I may have just heard some crackling. I'm not hearing it
I
now.
think that's a yes face.
Can we be purple?
Sure, you guys can be the purple detective.
If you're still around, you're apparently purple now. It's what you've always wanted.
We'll pilot that there.
So we're playing with 4 players,
I'm going to stick with blue.
which means we stay with 5 identities on easy mode. Are we going to play on easy?
Yeah.
Do one of you guys want to be the ghost this time?
Can I be the ghost?
Yeah. All right, we're going to have to, Amanda and I are
to-
going to have to de-mic and swap.
Yeah, we're going to have to swap.
Or I
our-
could just pass you the screen.
Yeah, pass me the screen.
Okay.
Does the document cam stretch?
Yeah.
Cool.
So the trick here is that we're going to
I
have
only heard
to.
it once, so and then
Yeah,
it
tell
didn't,
us if
it
there's
didn't
bees.
materialize into more.
Yeah.
So, but then I only hear one side. So we are in stereo. Last week, I was like, man, why am I not? Is my mic not working? Why am I not hearing myself? And then I realized I only have my right mic, and I'm on the left speaker. Smart. I was like, man, I'm really quiet. Why am I so quiet? I better speak up. Be really
I'm
loud.
gonna try and get these back in order, so give me a couple of moments here. Why don't you guys, while I do this,
Want us to swap around all the...
shuffle up, and swap stuff around.
Shuffling up the weapons here.
Weapons,
Sorry,
people,
folks, I keep yawning into my mic.
locations.
Persons of interest.
Oh, here's the other weapons.
Location.
Where's the postman? Or is he already in the
He's probably already in
back
there.
in the pile?
He was ready.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
It is kind of funny when
got
the
one
practice
more location
games,
right there.
The practice game that we played, that Andy and I played earlier.
It's okay, love.
Okay.
You just hang out and chill.
So DGDell, are you okay with just playing by your lonesome? I was gonna do
I kind of like the
polls.
idea of having a player play remotely. This is really cool, since you are fairly far away from us. It is really cool that you get to play. Though we will have to make sure that we say what it is that you've picked, because
The YouTube
the
stream
YouTube
doesn't
video
keep the
won't
chat.
have,
Yeah.
like when we archive these, the VOD for Twitch has the chat.
But that only sticks around for 2 weeks.
Yeah, it doesn't stick around forever, and then the YouTube video archive won't have the chat. So we'll have to make sure to state outright for you. So for the sake of anyone watching the YouTube video in the future, we have a wonderful member of chat, DGDell, who is going to be playing with us from
As the
chat,
purple detective.
which I think is fantastic. I'm very excited about this. All right.
So
I
now
have
that we're playing with
shuffle.
4 psychics, or 3 psychics and 4 players, that means that we're going to be using the voting system. So in addition to guessing what cards relate to things,
I think it's 5 identities.
we're going to
guess
be
from.
Okay.
voting to say whether we believe that the person is correct.
I didn't see that you had 5 cards. I'm going to do something from this.
And I'll explain that as we get to it.
I've drawn 5 locations.
Okay. I've drawn 5 persons of interest.
5. I have 5 weapons.
So are we only using 3-player tokens this time
40.
around?
I think so. And
Yes,
I'm
we're
gonna
only playing with 3-player tokens.
so
Alright.
They should
So-
be purple, yellow, and blue.
excellent. So black can come behind the screen with me. Off
Were you
to the
taking
side.
yellow or blue, Andrew?
Hmm?
Were you taking yellow or blue?
I'll play. Well, do you have a preference?
No, it's fine.
Pair of tokens for.
All right, Amanda.
Yeah.
I am going to pass you the document camera.
Excellent. Thank you very much. I'm actually going to put a little piece of cardboard.
Something neutral. Okay.
Yeah, I just want to.
So we
Give
should have
myself
our
my
voting tokens.
Yep.
Purple.
Sorry.
We don't need black. Where's the black dome?
The black dome was. Oh, it's.
Amanda,
Yeah.
It has it
you
all
want to pass
over
me
there.
the envelope and black dome, and I'll take those away.
I'm just trying to position my. There we go. There we go.
Oh.
Here are your cards, Amanda.
Thank you.
Those are the revealed identities.
All right.
And these are the hint cards that need significant shuffling.
Okay. I'm gonna find the.
And you'll need these 3 and your crow.
Give me a
Resetting the
second.
clock
So I
to the
have.
first hour.
Oh, now I'm hearing buzzing.
Okay, I'll get it. So
I just
for
caught some more
DGDell,
buzzing, so I'm gonna. Yeah, Andy's gonna fix that.
yep. I'm gonna zoop. Just give me a second here.
Over here, sorry.
So
So
my
what
thought,
numbers?
Amanda,
I got the numbers for you.
is that
one.
we use those numbers, the round numbers, so that DGDell doesn't have to describe the card that they're voting for.
Good
They
call.
can just say, number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4.
That's a really good idea. All right, what numbers do we have for people?
1,
Yep.
4,
Okay.
7,
Okay.
10,
Okay.
and 16.
So Amanda,
All right.
you probably can figure this out, but you take 3 of those randomly,
Yep.
and you put them in the pockets along the top there.
Okay. Now I'm gonna pull the locations.
Yep. Locations are 22,
Okay.
23,
Okay.
29,
Okay.
32, and 34.
Ooh, I'm on camera.
What? Oh,
You can see
so
behind the screen.
you don't want that.
I'll just have to be very, very sneaky about what I'm gonna do. All of my choosing and stuff down here on my lap,
Okay.
and I'll make sure to put things up so because you can't see the actual screen itself.
Yeah.
And weapons.
So we all start down here.
What do I have for weapon numbers?
Weapons are 39,
Okay.
40,
Okay.
41,
Okay.
48,
Yep.
and 49.
Okay.
Okay, so let's line these all up here. We shuffled these, right?
We did.
No, we didn't do weapons.
No.
Sorry, undo the weapons.
Undo the weapons.
Those are the exact same.
Yeah, it's the same lineup we had last time.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if you wanted to get a quick close-up on these on the document cam for.
Well, we're going to have to show them
Yeah.
in detail when she gives a clue
Yeah.
to DGDell. So my thinking is she'll give the clue and then show each of the 5
Yes.
card options. Okay, hopefully these are different from the weapons we had last time because I shuffled stuff up a little bit. Okay.
What numbers?
The weapons are 45,
Same combination on my luggage. All right. 45,
49,
49,
50, 52,
52.
and 54. Okay.
Okay.
So from those 5 that you have in each of those stacks, choose 3.
And then I'm choosing randomly, yeah.
Correct. Yeah, you don't want to choose. You don't want to know what you're choosing ahead of time.
Looks like 3 out of the 5 locations.
Yeah, that's interesting. But the clues will be all different, so
Yes.
the associations will have to be different. Oh, I'm yellow, right? Or, yeah. Doesn't matter.
Whichever you want. And we'll leave purple.
Yes.
That work?
All right, while Amanda shuffles and sets her board, DGDell, I'm going to show you the potential suspects, because that's where we're all starting, is with the characters that could be responsible for the murder. So we have this character here, and we'll review this when after she reveals any clues for you.
What color
We have
players
this
do we
character.
have? Purple, yellow, and blue.
This character. Oh, I like this one. The art on these is so fantastic. There's so much going on in the pictures, but there's still something coherent about them. This guy is familiar from the last game. That's the guy! That's the guy that killed me! That's the guy that killed me last time!
Well, clearly I'm just going to pick him again then.
It's entirely possible that he's responsible for the death of the ghost a second time. And we have this guy. Okay. So, Amanda is going to give out some clues, and we'll number these folks.
Yep.
So, nope.
Your last husband disappeared
1,
under mysterious
2,
circumstances.
3. Well, that was his job.
That was his job. He was an illusionist.
Well, he never reappeared.
He wasn't a very good illusionist.
Where did my water go? Oh, it's way down here.
It's always nice to find someone else who has the entirety of Clue memorized.
Yes.
My senior year of high school, actually did the play version of it.
Nice! That's awesome.
And we set up the auditorium.
DGDell says that the magician looks like Count Olaf.
He does
And
look a lot like Count Olaf.
He doesn't
yes.
have the single unibrow, but I can see it.
Yeah. All right, so I'm putting my deck of like stuff over here on my computer, so that I can get a look at things.
The auditorium that we did it in was a flat ground, so we actually set it up like a clue board.
Oh,
and so we had the main
jealous.
hall in the middle.
Wow.
And it was our music auditorium. It was actually here in Abington, but and so there's one bit where we weren't actually using the music stage behind us, but we used it as the secret passage from the conservatory over to the study.
Conservatory to the lounge.
Yes,
We found the motorist dead.
Yep. All of those
Sorry,
things happened. Yes,
I may know that movie entirely by heart.
I was Mr. Green.
Awesome.
You were a plant.
Thought they called people like you a fruit.
Heard rumors they were going to try and do a remake of that, and I was like, why?
Why
the
do
first
it? It was
movie
perfect. All right. Shall we?
I'm ready. Are you ready, DG?
I think because we're on a slight delay.
Yeah, we
with
definitely
the
have to give
timer,
extra time.
I'm gonna give extra time for that. All right.
Oh, and voting. So,
Yeah.
DGDell, when we come to the voting portion, which will happen at the same time. Okay, that's how long the lag is. We just saw you're ready to go.
Yeah. There's a little bit of a lag.
So, after you've voted for which thing you believe Amanda is trying to hint you to look at, you will also get to vote on the things that Travis and I put our tokens on to tell us if you believe that we were correct or wrong. So you can just say like Travis is right, Andrew is wrong, or you can just pass. And I need these 3 things here. All right, I'm ready to go. Amanda is contemplating. It is so hard when you're on that side of the screen. It is so hard to look at these completely random cards and try and find a way to communicate with the players on the other side of the screen. And now, the other side of the chat.
Yeah.
Way out there in the internets.
All right.
All right. Who are you giving a hint to?
I am going to give a hint to yellow.
yellow, which
The
is
hint
me.
that I am giving to yellow.
Okay. We saw that last game.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm going to give a hint to purple. DGDell, this one is for you. Who's piloting purple, Andy? If you
I'll put it over here.
And what was the one I was going to give to Lou? Lou. This is for Lou.
Are you redrawing each time you hand one out? So you
No,
have a
but
full
I had already
hand?
picked those.
Okay. All right, so we've got all our cards. We're going to start the timer in a couple of moments.
Yeah.
DGDell, do you want to review your card, our cards? We'll put everything out.
Yes.
So again, the suspects. This is suspect number 1. Maybe we should put your hint right with it. This was the hint. Sorry.
Yeah.
Amanda, can you reach? This is suspect numero 2.
DGDell already has an idea on...
Okay.
Think you're good on yours? Awesome.
You think you're good? Okay. So that was number 2. Number 3 is the explorer with her pith helmet. Number 4 is the soldier.
Yep.
And number 5 is Count Olaf.
Yeah.
Oops, upside down, Count Olaf. Count Olaf. All right. So now we're all going to vote, and we also have to... Did you already start the timer? No.
No.
We also have to vote on whether we think the other people are correct in their estimations. I have this card that has a lot of red and white on it. There is red and white and doves, which I associate with magic. I'm going to choose Count Olaf for yellow. That's my choice.
Okay. I have what looks like the outline of a magician right there staring me in the face.
Okay.
So I feel pretty...
Yeah.
I was feeling pretty strong in my picking of Count Olaf just because there's 3 different cards.
There's no
with
reason
red
that we
in it.
can't both vote for the same thing.
Yeah. I was blue. Right.
And DGDell is going for number 4.
Number 4 being the warrior with the sword. I actually gave this clue last game for the warrior with the sword because it has this big flag here.
Yeah.
And he's got a flag on his picture, so I feel pretty confident that DGDell is right. I'm going to vote yes on DGDell. I'm going to... You're also voting yes on DGDell?
Yep.
I'm going to vote... Oh, man. You make such a good argument. I'm going to hedge my bets and vote yes that you're correct, that Count Olaf is your card.
Yeah, I'm voting.
No
That's
on
a
me?
no, dog.
Do you have any votes? We'll wait a little bit to see if DGDell has any votes. Timer has run out, but there is a significant lag on the chat.
Timer just ran out.
Yeah, so we'll see if DGDell agrees that Count Olaf is either...
He's going to pass on the voting.
No voting from him. Okay.
All right.
So now the ghost reveals who is correct.
DGDell, purple, you are correct.
All right, so now something happens that didn't happen last game because we have the votes. Everybody who voted correctly for him, which is both of us, moves up on this psychic board. So that
You
is
guys get
blue
your tokens
and yellow are on step 1 now. DG didn't vote on anything.
And gets...
Yep, that goes in DGDell's envelope and you get his hint back. Okay?
All right.
Good guess. Good job.
Yes, very good job. Yellow,
Yes.
you are incorrect.
No! Well, that means you get
I was correct.
Voted correctly, so
incorrect.
you move forward again.
Take your token back. Blue, you are correct.
Yeah.
Aha, and I voted that he was correct, so I also move forward. So at the end game, we get to seed a different number of cards based on how often we voted correctly. So if you are in space 1, 2, 3, or 4, you only get to see one of the Ghost's final endgame cards. If you have 5 or 6, you get to see 2, and if you're 7, 8, 9, 10, etc., you get to see all 3.
Do you lose a point if you're incorrect in your guessing?
No.
Okay.
You just get nothing. No benefit.
You get nothing.
All right,
Nothing.
Okay.
Oh,
Dacer.
also you get this card back.
What's that?
the clues.
Oh, you guessed correctly as well, yes.
All right, moving on to locations for 2 of you. And one of you still trying to find out who am I thinking of.
Yeah, well, I've got ideas,
Yeah.
because I still have the same clue I had last time.
Oh, did we want to shift the numbers over for?
Oh yeah, because
DGDell?
DGDell is.
Yeah.
While you ponder, I'm going to show DGDell the new cards, the locations that you could be hinting at.
Here. This is number 5.
Oh, we're going backwards.
Yeah.
Yeah,
sorry.
well, that's the closest to me. Is the library, or is the crypt?
Yeah, it's the crypt. Okay. Number 4, the graveyard, the same one from last game.
Yep.
Number 3 is a location we have not seen yet.
Looks like a sitting room. Got a bearskin rug.
Okay. Location number 2 is one of the ones from the last game, but it was actually a red herring last game, which is the library.
Library.
Is that upside down? I can't tell.
No, that's correct.
Okay. And number 1, since we're going backwards, is
It
another location
greenhousey,
that
but
we
it does
haven't
have that
seen
big
before.
stone in it, so we were thinking graveyard.
Number
The
4?
graveyard?
Yeah.
That's totally a greenhouse.
Oh, okay. But it has a grave in it. Or it's a fountain.
that's a fountain.
It's a fountain.
Ah, okay. It was that color scheme, though.
Yeah,
It was such a
that's
good
what I
one.
was hinting at.
So we have a laboratory, it looks like.
Yep. Or wine cellar converted
Yeah.
into a laboratory. It's got a lot of stuff
It's
on
got
it.
barrels
Okay.
and stuff.
So those were the potential locations.
Yep. So now I have to figure out what to give you guys. So,
I think Amanda is a better ghost than I was. She's moved 2 of us forward already. Oh, we're on hour 2 now.
yeah.
Bong. Move the clock forward.
Now, in a similar vein to the Clue movie, have you
Yeah.
ever seen Murder by Death?
A couple of times, yes. The first time I saw it, I had not seen a lot of the movies it makes reference to, so I was unfamiliar with Miss Marple, and I was unfamiliar with Poirot. It's got a Sam Spade character in it. I knew who Sam Spade was, of course.
All right.
It's got a Columbo character.
DG
But it is a
Dell, you
fun
are getting
movie.
the first card.
Okay, a
Purple
clue
is
for
getting the
DG
first
Dell.
card. We're getting this one.
Okay.
Ooh,
Okay. Spooky. I'll put that with DGDell's.
Actually, you know what? I can leave that on camera,
Oh, okay. Good idea.
and I'll just cover it up with when I give yours so
Yeah.
that everyone can see yours.
First he leaves the body and takes the clothes, then he returns the clothes but takes the body. Perhaps he's some sort of deranged dry cleaner.
I remember they tried to poison the Miss Marple character, and she just sucked all of the poison out of the air. It was a very strange movie.
Oh, I give. Yeah,
And-
no, I
and
give
a-
that to the right person.
A number of the references.
Think
That
for a
is
second.
purple.
Yep, that was purple. Blue.
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 He's getting this one.
The hourglass with a knight in it.
Yeah.
Okay. And yellow, me way back here, still trying to identify a suspect and not in a location yet.
See, we got the.
We probably should have saved this for October.
Probably.
I don't know why we chose to do it this week, but it came up in chat.
Because everyone wanted to see us play it, so.
Yeah, it's a great game.
The will of the people, clearly
it
by
was
polling.
70% people wanted to see this game. DGDell appears to be getting your references.
Oh, that's.
All right, I'm going to give you 2 clues, yellow.
Okay,
We're going to
2
use
clues.
2.
These are for me.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Let me look at those and compare them with my other clue. What is even going on here? Oh my goodness. Okay. All right.
I'm so sorry.
All right.
I don't know how much of a psychic connection I have to you.
I blame the cards.
Can I look at some of the suspects? Can I look at the,
Get a closer
the
look.
seamstress?
Well, the seamstress is right
yeah.
here.
Okay. And that woman with the old lady with the knitting and the keys. She's got keys. Boy, howdy. Okay.
Yeah, she. Have we entered discussion phase at this point?
Oh, yeah, she's given all the clues.
Yeah, so
So we're going to turn the timer, and now folks have to guess.
I think mine's pretty straightforward in that there is a Knigget in the card and in the library.
Knigget.
That's. I'm pretty steadfast in my convictions there.
Okay. I feel
yours
like
is number
one
5?
of these two
I think it's the seamstress.
has to be my thing.
Purple wants to go to number 5.
Number 5. Okay. The crypt. I'm running out of time. I have to choose.
Because the chandelier has things sticking out of it, like the pin cushion.
But it could also be a reference to the color. There's all this green in the spider above the chandelier.
And there's a white headdress on the woman.
Man, I don't get the bridge. The woman with carrying her parcels over the bridge. I don't understand. I wish I knew what was going on here. I'm gonna vote for the Dowager with her red ball of yarn and her green jacket, and she's got a hat that's sort of similar to this hat. I'm gonna go with that.
This hat's way more similar.
What? No, that's like a floofy hat. She's got a hat with a brim. This hat has a brim. Anyways, that's my vote. Let's see who votes correct. I'm gonna guess that DGDell is correct.
Do you want to do any voting, DGDell?
And I'm going to vote. You chose the library. What was your hint? How did you even arrive at that?
There's a Knigget.
Oh, there is a Knigget. You're right. Okay, I'll go with that. That seems reasonable. Okay.
DGDell is voting yes to both.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Ghost.
All right.
Reveal who is correct.
Yellow.
Yes.
You are correct.
Yes. Oh. So you get nothing.
You got
But
nothing.
DGDell gets 1.
Andy,
These are backwards.
can I have my clues, please?
Sure. So DGDell has gotten 1 correct.
Yep.
And you have gotten 2 correct so far. Okay.
All right. Purple. You are correct.
Ah. And we both voted yes on
Yep.
that. So we both move forward one.
There's some purples.
DGDell is good at this game.
Yeah.
Moving forward fast.
We've got a connection.
She's secretly typing the answers on another chat that we can't see.
I'm in Discord. I'm in a secret Discord channel. I am not in a secret Discord
Or
channel.
maybe DGDell can just see the answers
this
on the
one,
screen.
Back.
What's that?
I haven't told you whether you.
Oh wait.
You are incorrect.
Oh no.
No, it was a good guess though.
It was a good guess.
So you go back to there. We each get our things back.
Yep.
Why am I voting with DGDell's tokens? That's what the confusion is.
Okay.
I should have the yellow tokens. But this is all correct so far. Okay. All right, while you ponder, I'm going to show DGDell the potential weapons, and some of these are fun. All right, so, was she killed with a trunk that was just dropped on her, presumably, from a great height?
Fuck.
That is option 1. Option 2 is the revolver. So that's certainly a way people get killed sometimes. She could have been killed by horrible, horrible writing. She was killed by fanfic. It's a typewriter.
As all of us have been at some point.
She could have been killed by a vase, which miraculously did not break. That is pretty
It's actually
impressive.
a
Quality
cast iron
craftsmanship right
vase.
there.
Ah, I gotcha. Yeah. That's number 4. Option 5, she could have been poisoned. Or, choked on the vial.
And he was poisoned.
All right, so those are the options that DGDell is voting on.
Okay. And I need to
So
get
your first clue was the hourglass
Yes,
with the Knigget.
which I think I know the other direction I want to go in already.
Okay.
With the glass in the brewery.
Oh, I see where you're going with that.
Just the night was right there.
Yeah.
yellow.
Yes.
I have a clue for you.
Ooh,
I
pretty.
love this picture, by
Pretty
the way.
art.
I want that framed.
So my clue is a wolf head hill draped in moss rising out of a forest. That is gorgeous.
Isn't it beautiful?
Okay, I have an idea what I'm going to vote for. We are on hour 3 now of the 7 hours.
I am going to use my raven and redraw my cards.
Okay. Do it. So on higher difficulty levels, there are more cards in the lineup, and she can redraw fewer times.
Oh, yeah. Can we shift things like up this way a little bit?
Move the numbers off.
Let's round to a draw.
Is that better, DG? Okay, cool. Need to move a little bit further forward on this track, otherwise we're only going to get 1 hint at the end. It's going to be really hard. Here, put the instructions.
Are we allowed to vote on ourselves?
No, you cannot vote on yourself.
Intentionally throw a guess knowing we have multiple rounds to go.
God, those were no help. Anyway, purple. I'm going to give you.
Could always suffocate somebody in the chest. Just toss them in.
Yeah.
Yeah, just lock them in.
A la Binding of Isaac.
I never played that. I bought it on Steam. It's in my library. I haven't. I seem to recall.
There's like 4 different versions at this point. You know which one you have.
Must be the very first one because it was
if it's-
really, really early on.
If it's the very first one, it's secretly a mimic. I like that.
No, oh, it's not a chest at all. I see where
that.
you're going. Whose is that?
This is DGDell's.
DGDell. Okay, gets this clue.
That.
Okay.
I'm just going to leave it on camera.
Yeah.
The original version is very like circa Newgrounds Flash game. It's and it plays a little chunky. You know, they definitely refined it over the course of the expansions that they released.
That's for you.
Okay.
Or actually, yeah, that's for you.
What is your clue?
Got the
The egg. The egg yolk. Or no, that's not the egg yolk.
no. You gave me the
I gave you the demon in the dark.
yes.
With the axes.
Dwarven
It's not a
axes.
Horda.
Huh. Okay.
Okay.
So we've all got our clues?
Yep.
All right. I have a lot of foliage in mine, so I am going to say that I am in the conservatory here with all the trees and plants and stuff. So that's my vote for myself.
It's a glass. I'm still thinking the brewery, but then this sort of throws that into question. But this doesn't really fit with anything else either. I
Well,
don't
what else has
think.
it got on it? It's got those little cones.
Yeah,
It's got a rope that might be cut. The eyes in the dark. I don't know. Yeah, that's kind of a lot
It's
of
the library
information.
again.
It's not the library. We know it's not the library.
I'm
Running out of
just
time.
gonna go with the brewery again.
Okay, go with the brewery.
Or not again, but
yeah, I get where you're going.
and the breweries are generally in a basement.
Weapon number 5 is the poison.
Poison.
It is the vial of poison. And your hint, oh I see, is some shoes in an empty hallway. Okay.
You've also got some other details in there if you want to look closer. I'll hold it up a little closer.
I know what I would vote for with that card, or what I associate.
You're going to go to
Well,
one.
this is open to
Good one.
The mimic. Okay.
Yeah, there's a
All right. Voting time. I agree with DGDell.
Yes.
I am voting for that. Travis,
Oh.
I have no idea. I mean,
I agree
you're
with
right.
you.
Before she gave you the thing with the axes, I totally would have gone with the glass work.
I don't know what other direction to go in.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with you. I'm going to say yes to that.
You wanna vote?
Any votes from DGDell? We'll wait for DGDell to vote. And then we've got at least one more round, one more hour after that.
My
Isn't
card.
it fascinating being on that side and seeing
really is.
Yes to both.
the cards? Oh, okay, yes.
Awesome.
So 2 yeses. Yes here and yes here. Now the ghost reveals.
You are all correct.
Ooh, we all move forward and we all get 2 points on this tracker. So 1,
Yeah.
2, 1, 2.
I could have clues back,
1,
please.
2. Yep.
Thank you, thank you.
Get all our voting tokens back. Now DGDell does not get to vote in the successive round, but does not have to guess a clue of their own,
But can
but
still
can
vote.
still vote on our guesses. So could move further ahead on the psychic track here.
Oh, DGDell should also get the chest.
Ah, yes.
Oh yeah.
Guessed correctly on that
Yes,
one.
DGDell is the first person to have built their entire lineup. Very nicely done.
The magician in the brewery, as magicians do.
Yeah, so let's
So
see what the lineup
yeah, what's
the
the full
DGDell ended
lineup
up
for
with.
DG?
It ended up with the decorated war veteran,
War Scotsman.
War Scotsman, in the crypt with the trunk.
All right, yellow.
Okay.
Here's your clue.
Do you want to put it on chat so that
Oh, yeah.
DGDell can see
Sorry.
it? Okay.
It's had all of his war memorabilia in the chest.
Yeah.
Just included a cannon.
I'd say that's a strong hint from the
Maybe.
ghost there. What?
Feels a little on the nose.
Yeah.
I'm going to use my redraw. I didn't take my raven down, but I'm going to
Oh.
use my redraw.
The reason we're saying Scotsman is he has a
has a
tartan
Scottish
draped
flag.
over his... Well, is it a Scottish flag?
Yeah, that's the
But
Scottish
he's also
flag.
got a tartan draped over his shoulder.
Yeah. He's got the blue and yellow, blue and white.
I see the medal on the top left corner that you're probably looking at.
Yeah. But yeah, we were thinking Scottish.
Well, that was Travis that
Yeah,
said he was
the
Scottish.
golfing Scotsman.
He's
Yes.
also got, I think, bagpipes in the top left corner, and he's got the little soldier with the kilt.
So maybe he's the guy who bought the mansion.
He might be.
So shifty.
That is shifty. Anyway, what did I do with my... Oh, I didn't draw my new hand of cards. I always remember that the Scottish flag, that the various flags for the UK,
All the flags.
they're, if you look at the
combined
British
make the
flag,
Union
it's
Jack.
got the
Right.
Union Jack, like all the pieces of the Union Jack come from parts of other flags. So the Scottish flag is the white X.
Wait a minute, it doesn't have any
field.
Welsh pieces
No,
in it.
but it does have, like, Brittany, like, had a part, like, there are different
Yeah.
flags that come together to form the Union Jack.
It needs
and
dragons.
the Scottish flag is an identifiable part of one of it.
So I actually did the voting phase incorrectly going by the rules.
Oh,
We should use the placeholders she has to number the lineups, and then she places the winner up here,
Oh, okay.
and we reveal it.
All right. Yellow, that is for you. Oh, I'm going to show it on camera. Sorry.
also, I'm playing blue actually.
Oh, blue. I can't.
Blue.
I
I'm
know.
yellow.
I
still
just,
intended for me?
Yes, it's still intended.
Okay.
That's blue.
Or no. Maybe I should have swapped them. Yeah.
Oh, this
No.
is blue.
No, that's yellow. That is blue.
Okay.
I handed them out right. I just
All right.
said the wrong one.
Are you ready to vote?
Yes.
I'm ready to vote. I have a cannon. I'm voting for the gun.
All right.
That seems,
Get
like
the
you said,
little,
really
little
on the
music
nose.
box dealy right there.
Yeah?
It looks like a typewriter.
Ah, okay.
That's-
I would have gone with the colors because it's got the white to the red.
Maybe
which
maybe
could
the
be
vase.
the vase. But I see your reasoning that it's got the music box pieces. Okay. Well, that's your vote. Now we vote to see who you think is correct. DGDell, do you think that I am correct that a cannon represents a pistol? You agree with that? Okay.
Yes. 100%.
Going to go out on a limb and say no, I don't agree with you.
I'm personally offended.
Okay, you should be. And now we'll wait to see if DGDell has any votes. Do you think that a music box could be a typewriter? Or do you think that the white and red motif is similar to the vase? I don't think that that clue can be interpreted in any way to be a vial of poison. It doesn't seem to me that.
No.
So I think you're right in not choosing option 5.
or a gun. So
It doesn't. Yeah. Well, I mean the gun.
yeah, the
a
gun
gimme.
seems like it was
Yes
already
to the
spoken
gun, no
for.
to the typewriter.
Okay. So. Votes.
I'm deeply offended
Yes.
then.
No. All right. Now it is the ghost's turn to reveal who is correct.
You are both correct.
Oh, so I get no point here. Dell gets no point here, but you, Travis, get to move on here, and Dell gets to move on here, and we are all in the final area now.
All right.
Is your clue back?
See, I understand.
Yeah, you got it. I should have voted yes, but I didn't. All right, so now, in the voting phase, I am at spot 4, so I will only get to see one of the 3 cards you pick.
So do I pick which one I want to
Yes.
try and...
So based on what you have in your hand, you try and find out what it works best with. So you can choose any of the 3 lineups. I'm going to put the 3 lineups up on
Yeah.
camera for DGDell.
Did we want to clear out this space so we could look at everything?
Yeah, let's clear
together
this
again?
out. Amanda?
Yeah.
1, 2, and 3. Once you choose which lineup you're going to use, you're just going to flip one of those over, pass
Sure.
it to us, and we'll put it here without looking at it. And that is going to be the correct answer. And these are the lineups. Point them that way, right? Or which way is which? No, I've got it
Yep.
backwards.
Yeah, we flipped the camera at the
Yeah.
beginning of the stream.
Yeah. And DGDell has. Okay. Amanda, do you want to pass us the 3 sort of
Excuse me.
the colored wedges that are at the bottom of the board there? Because those are 1, 2, and 3. Here we go. So purple, DGDell is 1. We should actually, that's right. 1, 2, and 3. 3 is blue. So you are 3. I am 2.
Oh,
Oh, that's backwards.
yes.
Wait a minute. That's just. I'm making a mess. All right, so
There we go.
here we go. Everything's good. All right, so was it the Scottish War veteran in the crypt with the chest? That's option 1. Was it the dowager with her ball of yarn and keys in the conservatory with a rifle? That's option 2.
Pistol.
Pistol. Or, you're correct, it's just a pistol. Or was it Count Olaf in his laboratory with a typewriter? That's option 3.
So I have a
I
question.
feel like he definitely could be working out in a
If I have 2
Lab.
cards that really work and then the rest of my cards don't work for anything,
uh-huh.
can I discard some cards or do I have to discard my whole hand?
You have to discard your whole hand. Now let me double check the rules.
Yeah.
But I believe that's how the Raven works. That when you use the Raven,
Because you can do
discard
that
your whole
because the
hand.
problem is in the earlier rounds you're handing out cards and getting to refresh
Yeah.
your hand, but there's no way to refresh your hand here.
oh yeah, we'll move those up so that they're more visible on stream.
Is that better?
Discarding vision cards. At the start of the game, the ghost collects a number of crow markers, yada yada yada. Oh, okay. The ghost may discard any or all of his or her vision cards and draw new cards. So I'm sorry, Amanda, I gave you the incorrect answer. I feel like it would be more of a challenge if you had to give out your
Yeah, I'm going to discard
shred
those
your whole
5.
hand. Draw 5 more cards.
Yep.
And hope that one of them.
Gives me something
Yep.
for the last thing I need.
I don't need 4, 5, or 6. I need votes 1, 2, and 3.
But that's okay.
So, if we were playing with all the players present in the same room, supposedly we vote in secret, but since DGDell's going to have to put their vote in the chat, I don't see that there's any reason we would have to do that. I don't think that it really contributes anything to the game to
Right,
vote in
we just need to ignore the chat screen.
I guess I can vote in secret because I'm the first one voting. So I'll vote in secret, and then you guys can vote in public after the second card has been revealed. Because I only get one card to guess from.
Right, and you need to commit and make your vote
before the second card is revealed.
Before the second card's revealed.
Right. Again, that's because I, on the intuition track, am still in the beginning section here.
All right. Now I have to reveal these randomly, right?
Correct. You take the 3 cards, shuffle them up. If you want to just pass them over to us shuffled, and then I'll reveal one and make my vote in secret.
There you go.
And give us the 1, 2, or 3, and I'm going to put it up here without looking at it. There we are. So that is going to be the answer to be revealed after all the votes are tallied. I'm going to reveal the first card of the final vision. And if you want to put that on stream,
yep.
It is a wolf in a forest behind a tree, or maybe it's a fox. I can't really tell.
It's some sort of...
Yeah, some canine behind a tree in a forest. Now, I'm going to make my vote. I'm going to do it in secret. I'll put it in my envelope so that nobody else can see what my vote was, which is what you're supposed to do in the game. My vote is submitted.
Okay.
Now, Travis, you want to reveal the second card in the final vision.
Get a man and a woman struggling to pull on a door with some laundry in the background. And
laundry? Oh, the line, the clothesline.
Yeah. That's a detail, all right. Just based off of what direction to go in with the first card. The second card confuses me.
It could be that the second card is one of the 5 that she drew after redrawing. You don't know.
Right.
It could be she just didn't have anything that communicated what she was trying to communicate.
And you also don't know which card equals which thing. The
Right.
second card doesn't necessarily mean it's
Right.
the location.
Exactly.
The second card could be the person or it could be the weapon.
Exactly.
I've made my vote.
Okay.
Which I can also
Right.
still do in secret. Yeah.
DGDell, do you just want to put your vote up?
Or do you want to see
2?
the third card?
Well, DGDell isn't far enough on the track to see
okay.
the third card.
Oh, no one gets to see the third card.
Nobody gets to see the third card. We just have to vote as is.
Nobody gets to see the wizard.
DGDell has voted 2. Is that your final answer? We'll wait a couple of moments, and then we'll do the big reveal. We'll reveal all our votes.
Okay.
And then we'll see if we voted for the correct thing. Just waiting on the chat and the lag.
But we've already committed to our votes.
Yeah, we can't change them.
Well, we'll find out.
Purple votes 2.
Okay.
All right.
So
We'll find out what
that's
the third
one
card
vote
is
for
afterwards.
2. Blue votes for 2. And yellow also voted for 2. 3 votes for 2. And it actually was 2. We voted correctly. We win.
Congratulations.
What was the third
I'm
card?
avenged.
The third card was...
It was a lion recreating
Along
the
with
scene from
no,
Titanic.
it's actually got a lady with a telescope,
Oh, yeah,
a
I
lady
see
in
the
white
lady with the telescope.
telescope.
Yeah, they were.
So is the laundry meant to represent the Dowager's knitting?
So here's the thing. This was one of my redraws. This was not in my original hand. I had this lady with the hat, and I was like, good, lady with a hat, fantastic, wonderful.
Yeah, the lady on the bridge with the hat. Was I right about that hat?
Yes, you are correct about the hat. The hat was definitely the key there. So these were the cards in my hand going into the final.
What was the spider chandelier supposed to be then?
So the spider chandelier, I was thinking spider silk.
Okay.
And I had nothing. And I had already redrawn, and I was like, I had nothing. So these were the cards I had going into the final. I love this one. I think it's gorgeous.
It is gorgeous, but how? I don't know what it associates with. Yeah.
Oops, sorry.
So those are the cards I had in my hand going into the final
round of voting.
And I could very easily see a way to do the second track with her and this, because I had cards with lots of greenery. I had that one and I had this one. And I thought those both really point towards that greenhouse in a way that like none of the other cards really definitively pointed to something. I was like, that's really, really awesome. So I decided to go with this one instead of this one because this one had people in it and I didn't want to stray too far. I figured this very much more communicated a location. So I went with that. I was really hoping that you wouldn't get thrown off by the sword down in the gully.
No, I didn't even pick up on it. As soon as that first card came out, I think all of us were zeroed in right here.
Imagine if the first one I turned over was the door.
Yeah, and you would have been like,
what is she trying to hit?
Well, that also had a woman in a hat, a woman with the hat. So I was really hoping that would work. So I had these two picked out. I was like, I got to go with track 2. None of these other cards work for anything. The best I could hope for was that because that had a book that you might go with writing and typewriter, but I didn't have anything that really worked for the magician aside from this, only because of this little guy with the hat. That was it. So I was like, I gotta just redraw, which is why I asked Andy, can I redraw some of my cards but not all of them? Because these two worked fairly well in my mind for the Dowager and the, I think she's actually supposed to be like the head like of the maids.
Yeah, there's a maid in the background.
Of the keys, and she's got a maid, and yeah, I kind of feel like she's supposed to be like the housekeeper. But yeah, I was like, okay,
but that's part of what's so cool about this game is there's so much interpretation.
And I've got this greenery, but I need something to represent the gun. None of these, the closest I could get was that which was fighting, and I thought it's way too much of a reach. So I drew new cards. And I drew that. And I drew this.
Mm-hmm.
And I drew this. This. And this.
Oh, I like that card.
I mean,
but
they're cool cards.
The library wasn't one of the options.
None of them really gave me the gun. So I thought, well, you know what? Most of these players, I didn't realize that no one was going to see the third card. But I figured I'd hedge my bets with the woman in white. So that's why I went with that card.
Makes sense.
It didn't necessarily represent the gun, but none of these represented the gun. None of them had any connection to it. So I was like, well, I'll go with the woman in white, and maybe if they see 2 cards with a woman on it, they'll go with the only female suspect. And maybe if they see one of the women and the greenery, they'll go with the greenhouse and the woman. But
it worked.
I just could not connect to the gun at all. The other one that I wanted to mention was way back. That was definitely the glassware. That was what it was supposed to be.
Which is how you guessed.
Yeah.
But at the time, the second turn, I had nothing else that went with that.
And you
nothing.
knew he was already leaning towards the...
Right, I knew he was leaning towards it, and that seemed vaguely basement-y.
Yep,
Yeah,
that's
okay.
kind of where I was
Because
like,
it has this trap door, and it's dark, and I thought, this is the best I can do. Every other card would have pointed you to one of the other cards.
yeah.
I was like, there's no way.
Well, once I realized it wasn't the knight on the first card, it was definitely the
it was the
glassware.
glassware, yeah.
And so you could have burnt cards on me at that point, and I was pretty well set in going to the brewery.
The other cards that I had really did point to
So-
other
Like,
places. It was like,
specifically.
Definitely...
oh no, I can't do that. I
you
was
get to
like,
a
no,
point
there was like a
where-
bear in one of them, and I was like, he's gonna go with the bearskin rug in the
Yeah,
parlor,
yep.
and that's not.
Yeah.
I don't want to do that at all. Or
No,
like, it was
no.
turquoise, and I was like,
You definitely get to a point where you're burning cards so that you can draw more cards and have other stuff
yeah, we
to
did
vote
really
with.
well, DGDell.
Yeah.
You nailed all of those. It was awesome. So there's some really gorgeous cards in here. It very
Oh, man,
much
yes.
is Dixit. It's murder mystery Dixit, which I think is awesome, and I think that's probably a really good way of describing Mysterium.
Yeah.
Murder mystery
The
Dixit.
internet delay allowed to amplify the telepathic waves.
Yes.
Ah, okay.
We were having a really good connection via internet. It's because I live online. So I'm just really good at communicating with the internet. But yeah, so.
So I'm putting together a new survey right now as we talk on my phone. What should we play next week on the stream?
And here were our, I was really frustrated with the fact that 2 out of my 3, or 2 of my red herrings were women.
Oh,
Because it meant that I couldn't choose just female figures.
Yeah.
Because the female figures really do stand out, because the woman in white is
Yeah.
sort of a thing. But I was like, yeah, great. Get that woman in the white hat. You were arguing so well for it, but her hat is white. And I was like, no!
Stop it! Stop talking!
Stop confusing the matter. There was at one point I had, what card was it? It was one of the clue cards had floral in the background, and I only noticed that the vase had florals after the fact. This I almost gave at one point, and I was like, nope, gonna go with the florals if I show that off.
See, it was the spider chandelier card that was driving me towards the seamstress as well, because the pin cushion had all the little things sticking out of it. The spider was black.
Yeah,
the shirt was black.
that one was a tricky one. What was the
all
one
right.
that
So
had floral background?
for next week, Amanda,
Yeah.
what games should we put into the
Oh.
poll for people to choose from?
You definitely nailed it with this one, though. That was exactly what I was
Oh,
looking
the
for.
magician.
The
yeah.
magician, this
yeah.
card.
I saw
It
it
was
as soon as I had
100%
already
magician.
voted,
I was like,
and I
yep.
was like, "Oh, yeah, you're probably right." That's
was
why
easy.
I voted yes on you.
I don't know. What do you want to put
Do
on?
we have anything
in
new
there?
that came in this week that you want to try out? There was that firefighting game that I keep forgetting the name
Hot
of.
Shots.
Hot Shots.
We could do that.
Put Hot Shots in the list.
Hot shots Purdue.
Is that anything like
There's,
Flashpoint?
I don't know. I haven't played Flashpoint. We could
Anyway.
put Monarch.
I really feel like you
Monarch
could. I
in
don't know
the
if they're
list?
the same. Labyrinth with the goblins.
Sure.
Now that the goblins are painted. Yeah,
Okay.
I need to seal them, but we can play with them unsealed. Yeah, you could put in Dixit cards. The problem with the Dixit cards is that they have a different backing. So, yeah, there's that. I don't know. A Firefly? We don't have time.
It is a
And
good
I say
game.
that knowing it's gorgeous, and I do have a friend who has it, and it's beautiful. But I don't think on a Friday evening that we have time. And unfortunately, today I was off. Next Friday I will not be off, so I'll be coming here from work. So
Yeah.
I can't get here.
But you have next Saturday, the 16th, off, so we can potentially play a little bit later. Although I have to be here on the
Yeah.
16th.
Get some of the people.
All right, so far in the poll, I have Hot Shots, Monarch, Labyrinth with Goblins.
With goblins.
Do we want to just leave it at 3? I think 3
I
is a
think
good
3
number.
works. I think if we do
Okay.
too many options, things get muddy.
photosynthesis has fallen by the wayside, it seems.
We'll come back to that. And
Yeah, we'll hold it in reserve.
yeah, I want to
definitely
do
do wanna
that.
play
I
it.
want to do Vast. These are games I'm interested in playing, and I would love to play.
I think
on
maybe
stream.
we'll save like Firefly for during the
marathon.
marathon.
Yeah,
I think that would be really
Do
good.
it
and I
during
think
the
we could
Extra
probably,
Life.
We could probably get Spence over here for that.
yeah.
Our friend Spence has the full Labyrinth game along with like
Discord.
a really nice broken token box for it. That's really pretty, and he's usually pretty proud of showing it off. So
And he's got the broken token box, and it's
I
gorgeous.
said that.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm behind. It's the
okay.
lag.
It's the chat lag. I am missing cards. Could we have?
Sentinels of the Multiverse.
Ooh,
Spence
I
is
love
also big on Sentinels.
Yeah.
We need to get Spence on the stream.
Yeah.
He's a lot of
I'd
fun.
like to get Sarah on the stream. We've
We
got
need
all
to get
sorts of
Sarah
friends
down
who game Tim.
Yeah.
There's so many friends we have who game and
You'd
haven't
like-
been
you'd
on
like
the
Spence
stream
and
yet.
They're fun folks.
Yeah,
Like Sarah too.
You
They're all
only
fun
you only
folks.
drag me around just because I'm readily available.
We think
Well,
that
I'm so
if we
pleased
had
that
a
you've
huge
been
group
able to
and
be on the stream.
had you along with
mean,
other people, it would be super fun.
Thank you, Kat, for letting us
Yeah,
have Travis
Yeah,
loading
for
out
a
your
couple
for
of
letting us
nights.
steal him.
Yeah. All right, are you still missing cards?
No, they were still in my screen.
Oh, okay. Oh,
That was my
I did that
problem.
too. I was putting stuff away, and I was like, "Why?
Where's all
I
my
see."
stuff? It's right in front of me, literally right in front of me.
I'm not as much of a fan of the packaging for this as I am for other games we've had on stream. The box has pockets, but it's not clear to me what's supposed to go in those pockets.
That's a problem.
Thank you. And can I have the timer?
I think the problem I have with it is
See, these
having
don't
to always like
fit.
put things back in order and stuff.
Yeah.
I think the idea of having it randomized like that is really good. Maybe maybe rolling like a die for it
For what?
for picking the cards would be kind of cool.
Okay, instead of shuffling.
Yeah.
The good news, DGDell, is if that is in fact Sentinels is going to be coming out with another expansion.
They are. I
then
kicked it. I kickstarted the final expansion for Sentinels.
Usually an expansion ends up coming with another run of the base game as well. Usually. So.
Is the original out of print now? I don't.
Well, he is just saying it's a little harder to find now. A couple
Maybe.
messages back, so unless I'm misinterpreting that.
I feel like we've got it on the shelf right now,
I think we do.
but I could be wrong. There's a lot
on.
of different Sentinels available.
I can look.
From here.
Yeah, it's right on the other side of this.
Eagle Eyes, activate.
Oh, you're looking at the demos.
Yeah.
No,
No, it's not in with the demos.
I don't.
No, it's
think
not
so.
with the demos.
All right, I've got a lot of pieces here.
We have a lot of stuff in the demo shelves.
I'm just going to shove stuff in the box
Yeah,
now.
that actually looks like that lives there. Though you have tiny cards, the weapon
Sorry,
cards
showing off
were
my
maybe
butt to
supposed to go right
chat.
there.
They actually fit really well under here.
Underneath?
Yeah,
Oh.
see, there's a space there.
Where'd
They
that-
fit into. I don't know. This box.
Get Chad to make us a new
It's
box.
not as intuitive as other boxes.
It's not like, for example, the
Nice.
Dice Forge box, which is perfect.
A
work of art.
place for everything.
Yes, and
everything in its place.
like
Yep.
fits so well. There.
Close.
It's
It's
in
in
the
the
box.
box.
Yeah,
Anyways,
fine.
I think the best insert that I've encountered was Japur is still one of my favorite inserts, just because it's a small 2-player game, but it's just it's such a small footprint, and it's just such a the
together
actual
really nicely.
It fits together very nicely, and even the artwork on it's a plastic molding, but even the attention to detail and the artwork that they put in the inlay itself
Nice.
was very nice.
I think my least favorite at the moment is lanterns.
The box?
Yeah, can't stand the box for lanterns.
And it's a great game.
It's a fantastic game. I love lanterns. It's an awesome game to play. The box is just two wells.
All right, can I have a brief rant?
And they're not even, you can't stand them up. They're the wrong width. Like the pieces are this wide and the wells are this wide, but the pieces are this tall and the box is short. Like you can't stand them up.
What's your
So we recently got in the Destiny 2-player demos for Star Wars Destiny. And it's a fantastic product, and I'm really glad to have like a quick 2-player get into the game box.
Is that the one with the bulging box downstairs?
Yes.
Yeah.
So when you open it up, you've got your 2 decks. Actually, I think it's packed as a single deck.
We're
all
talking
the
about
cards that
the
are in
Star Wars Destiny.
Yeah, not Destiny the
2-player.
video game, which I don't have yet
Yeah, no.
because it's not out on the PC and I'm not playing it on the PlayStation. Anyways,
Anyhow, the
Star Wars
Star Wars
Destiny
Destiny
is
2-player
a game.
intro box.
It's a collectible card game with dice, I guess is the best way to describe it.
Yeah.
And the 2-player box came out during Force Friday a week ago today. And it comes with 2 very small Destiny decks and a bunch of dice. And the box is great for the dice. It's got a little tray that the dice fit in.
Lanterns was what I was talking about.
Oh,
DGDell.
lanterns.
Great game. Just the most basic box ever, and everything is a mess all the time inside that box.
So I opened up a demo copy of the 2-player Destiny box.
Keep talking. I'm going to go grab the
And-
lanterns box
oh,
so
sure.
they can show.
I'm going to hit your mic. You are blue?
I am blue.
Okay. I opened up the demo box and I put all the cards into the it's got a vacuum form box inside that you can fit the cards in.
Yeah.
But then when you put it up on its end, the cards all fall
space.
out of the slot they're in, and they actually fall all the way down and out of the box itself. I had somebody pick up the demo copy and cards started pouring out of the bottom of it. I was like, wow, that's terrible. That is not
that's
helpful.
unfortunate.
So I actually modified the box. I put 2 card boxes inside of it. Like I cut out the piece that's supposed to hold the cards, replaced it with a pair of card boxes, and I actually sleeved up the cards. It looks very nice now, but the 2 card boxes don't quite fit.
Yeah, the one that jumped to mind, not to just trash on games that I love, but
We love these games. We just don't.
right, Splendor.
Oh. Splendour's definitely.
What a wonderful little engine builder, and I got one of the earlier editions with the nice weighty poker chip type.
Yeah, I was
type
surprised
components.
by those when I first played with them. I was like, wow, these
just
have
a delight
some
to
heft.
just fiddle with, right?
Yeah.
And it's great, fantastic. The box is like 3 times
You
bigger
want to
than it
mic
needs to
yourself
be.
back up?
And there is no reason other than it attempting to take a bigger footprint on the board or on your shelf rather. And it's just wholly unnecessary.
Just look at this nonsense. Like, it's not horrible, but think about how much better that box design could be.
I am definitely going to have to
There's a lot of
revisit
wasted
Mysterium.
space in that box. There's a lot of, like, which way am I going? This is the way I'm going. There's a lot of wasted space in there.
I see what you're saying, and if you
stand them up, they're too tall. But there aren't enough of them to make that make sense.
Yeah, that is odd.
And then,
Maybe it's
like,
supposed
you
to be-
stack them.
and then it's...
And then they slide around. Like, it's just such a waste. It's a waste. It makes me sad. Yeah, there is extra space for expansions. I wish that they had designed the interior of the box just a little better because you still can't stand them up. So if you're going to put expansions in, that's great. But then you have to take the box insert out to really make it worth it. Yeah, it bothered me. Not only because it seems like wasted space, because then you've got this big box and you're doing a whole lot of nothing with it, but also it bothered me as a Tetris master. I like things to be able to fit together very nicely, and sort of I like to be able to just box everything together and find a place for everything so that everything sort of locks in place in the box and doesn't slide around. And this is something that we come up against when we're at conventions. When we're at PAX, we bring tons of demo games. We bring an enormous pile of like demo copies of games so that if someone comes up and says, hey, I noticed you guys are demoing a whole lot of stuff, but I don't see anyone demoing like DC Deck Builder, and I know it's older, but I never got to play it. Do you guys have it? Would someone be willing to play it with me? And we're like, sure, let me go find the demo. And we dive under a table, and there's a box of demo games, and we pull it out and, play it. The problem being a poorly designed box being shoved into a box full of demo games that goes under a table at a convention means that we're then going to have to spend a good couple of minutes of that demo time organizing the game to play it, which is such a waste, and it feels shoddy for the person that we're demoing it for. You want to be able to open up the game and play it, not open up the game and then have to have them help you sort out the decks. It just seems very silly. So I like when I open up a demo copy to be able to just take it out and start playing it. So yeah, Lanterns annoys me for that reason, because it's always like sitting in like a box like this and the top is popped off and the tiles are everywhere.
Do you feel better?
Just a bit. I'm really happy to get that off my chest.
Good.
Yeah, a DC Deck Builder is awesome. We actually just got a box in store in the store today.
The Multiverse box came out today.
Yep, the Multiverse box, which is meant to hold all your stuff. So that's really awesome.
That's our project for tomorrow afternoon.
Oh, it is?
Find all our DC Deck Builder things. I don't think we have the Rogues expansion. I think we have all the other crossovers. And we have...
Did we get the Teen Titans one?
Yes.
We did?
Yes. I'm fairly certain.
Gosh. We have a lot of DC Deck Builder. We really like DC Deck Builder.
Yeah.
I find it very intuitive to play.
I don't know if we have the Rivals expansion, the 2-player one.
I don't think...
I went looking to see if we had it at one point. I couldn't find it. Anyways.
Anyhow.
Now we have a single box. We'll put everything into it, and hopefully it'll fit deliciously.
It's definitely one that we do pull out to do demos a lot, because it is perpetually popular.
Yeah.
And it's really easy to pull out and do a demo for. It's a very easy game to demo. That's something that we've talked about on our podcast. We've mentioned before that we really do. There's a big difference between a game that's hard to demo and a game that's easy to demo. Codenames, real annoying to demo. We learned that the hard way.
But a fantastic game.
It's an awesome game. Really hard to demo.
I haven't played Codenames Duet yet.
No, I want to try that.
It's funny because that is such like you think it's like a small kind of party game.
Yeah.
You mentally place it as like a filler game, but yeah, actually like laying out and set up and it's...
You need 4 people.
Yeah.
You can play it 2-person or 3-person, but 4 people is really your ideal minimum for doing a demo of it.
Yeah.
And we learned the hard way that it was really hard to have one person run a demo and find 3 people who wanted to play it.
Didn't stop us from
really
selling
hard.
out.
I mean, we did not sell out.
No, we had a lot of copies.
We did not sell out. I mean, we played a lot of it, but it was a frustrating demo to run, and that was something that I think we've thought about when choosing games to play on stream, is things that play well for an audience and things that we can very easily sort of play as a demonstration.
And there has to be a sort of time limit.
Yeah, Love Letter's an easy filler game.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a
Pull
real
that out
easy
and
one to
play it
pick up.
anytime.
Yeah, Codenames is surprisingly difficult to do as a demo, just because you need that many people. You can play it 2-player, you can play it 4-player or 3-player, but it's
Ideally,
harder
you
to
need
explain.
4 players. Yeah.
Gotta go for Batman Love Letter. That's
Batman
where
Love
it's at.
Letter is pretty awesome. We have Hobbit Love Letter.
Yeah, Hobbit Love Letter is the one that we've played the most.
Yeah. See,
I like my hobbits.
I enjoyed the Batman one because it did have the added mechanic of if you take somebody out with what is effectively the soldier
Joker.
card, you get an extra bat signal for taking people out with the 1-tier card.
Nice.
Lovecraft Letter. Yeah, we have that in
What?
the store.
I've never even seen that. Is it
Down
down
in
there?
the front. It's on the new display.
Oh.
I've passed it every day this week.
Speaking of Lovecraft,
Yeah.
hey, start thinking about games that you want us to play during October.
Spooky, creepy games. Yes.
The one game I absolutely have to play next month is Last Friday.
Yeah.
I am going to play that game.
Do you think we could do the house on
Betrayal at the House on the Hill?
Hill?
Maybe.
We might be able to do that.
Yeah, we'd really want to have more people, but we could definitely do it. Yeah,
Ooh,
so
I do have the Eldritch Love Lettery or Lovecraft version of Gloom.
oh yeah,
I do have Eldritch Gloom. Well, think of some creepy things.
Yeah.
Toss them out to us as suggestions.
yep.
and
Jump in the Discord.
We'll make some.
Yep, go in the Discord and make recommendations.
Yeah, we definitely want to play Last Friday. So.
Yeah, it's gonna be so much fun. But yeah, we need 4 or 5 good Halloween-y games.
Some nice solid because I think it's a 5-week. It's a 5 Friday month. No, it's a 4 Friday month.
4 Friday month?
6,
Okay.
13, 20, and 27.
All right. But we could do some sort of bonus stream on the 29th or something. Yeah, whatever.
We could.
We'll think about it.
A Fury of Dracula.
Fury of Dracula, oh my god.
Isn't that another hidden motion game? Isn't that a similar feel to...
All I know is that was one that we got asked for about 10 billion times at PAX East last year, and we did not have a single copy of it.
Yeah, I feel like it's another game along the same lines as Letters from Whitechapel and...
I'm the
Last
booth
Friday.
librarian at PAX East. I know where everything is because I'm the one who put it on the shelves, and I have a list and a map of the booth and what's under what tables and stuff. And we roll in with a lot of product.
God, this year is going to be even bigger.
So
PAX
big.
East this year is
It's
4
gonna be 4
days.
days this year.
I'm
I'm
tired.
in advance.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, we had a handful of games. Scythe was one of them. What was that gigantic one that had a box for the box? The one that we only had 2 copies of it. It was like $300
Gloomhaven or something like that? Yeah, I know the one you're
ridiculous
talking about.
It was a ridiculous. We had a box to put the box in. That was the sort of game it was. We had them under the table, marked "Do not throw out. Give to person who buys this game." There was a packing box that had packing material, and the game itself was enormously heavy.
Gloomhaven sounds right.
That was it was.
I
Gloomhaven.
think it was
definitely
Gloomhaven, and yeah,
we only came with 2 copies of it.
it was all we could get.
Yeah, it was all we could get.
We would have sold more if we could have had more.
And so people who were working the registers and working sales, I was doing demos, would come over to me and ask me, where is something? Do we have any copies of? And I'd be like, oh, they're under that table. And oh, they're over on that shelf. And Fury of Dracula is one of those ones where I think every single salesperson on the floor and every single cashier asked me. I was like, oh, man, Fury of Dracula? And I was like, no.
I feel like the
never
game
had
that I
it.
got asked most about this most recent PAX was Tiny Epic Galaxies.
Tiny Epic Galaxies. we got
Because
asked about
Cool
a
Mini
lot.
or Not was demoing
Yeah.
that and something else, 2 booths down from us.
I'm pretty sure at one point they ran out and pointed people to us for a game. And we were like, but we don't have it. We appreciate that
wish.
you're trying to throw us
Yeah.
business, but we never had it. We couldn't get it from you. So, yeah, PAX is wild.
Yeah, Battleground will be going to PAX Unplugged
Yes,
in
in
Pennsylvania.
November. It's the
Sadly,
weekend
I don't think
before
Amanda and I will
Thanksgiving.
be able to be there.
Yeah, Andy and I will be chilling here because it's the weekend before Thanksgiving and I can't
I don't
take
know if
that
we'll be able to
weekend off.
stream. It depends on how many people are left in the store.
I could stream.
Yeah, I could set
I
stuff
could
up
come
for
up
you,
here
and you could come up and
and
stream
like
by your
play
lonesome.
something easy on stream. But yeah, during PAX East, which is in April, Andy and I will be at the con.
Yeah.
We're going to be really tired. It's going to be day 1, but for us it will be like day 4 because we'll have been
Well,
pricing.
it starts on Thursday. So Friday is
that's
day.
right, it's day 2.
Yeah.
Just strap a GoPro to yourself and just stream on Friday. It'll be the equivalent.
Yeah.
It'll be like you're there with us.
We'll set up a time lapse.
We'll be checking in on like the Discord and stuff when we can.
Yeah, if
And
you listened to our podcast from PAX last year, it
our
was one of my
PAX
favorite
podcasts
podcasts.
Andy is super loopy. The year before our podcast from PAX East, the year before, it was you, me,
Billy and
Bill,
Sims.
and
Yeah.
Sims, who used to do our podcast with us. And
Just in the hotel room.
Andy and I were like, well, we have a hotel room, so let's go up there. It'll be nice and quiet. And we went up, and it was so quiet. And we sat on the bed in the easy chair, and we just sat down, and we all just sort of melted. We all just sort of collapsed for a little bit. And we were like, oh. I think Sims actually fell asleep in his chair.
He might have.
I mean, we were all real tired, and we were all very loopy.
I'm
We were
getting
all
tired
clustered
thinking about
around
being
a
tired.
microphone, like one microphone. All 4 of us just sort of clustered around it.
I think we should probably wrap
yeah.
up.
So
Last minute thoughts on Mysterium, guys?
I would play that again in a heartbeat.
Oh, yeah.
That was super fun.
So much fun.
Yeah.
And
I had a
Travis, you
good
haven't had a
time.
chance to be the ghost. So next time, you get to be the ghost.
Yeah, we'll revisit this during Spooky Month or
Maybe.
during
We could.
Extra
We
Life.
could definitely play this again.
Yeah.
I would be up for that.
I had a lot of fun.
I'm sure I'm going to be here at least for a few of those
portion of
hours
Extra
during Extra
I
Life.
hope so.
If you're here at the right time, you make it.
Oh, I've updated the link to Extra Life down below here. If you want to check out our Extra Life Marathon fundraiser, it's already active and live.
Yeah.
And you can start donating to Battleground.
I
Well,
would
not to
highly
Battleground,
recommend Mysterium.
to Extra Life
DGDell.
for funds
It was
to go
a lot
to
of fun.
Children's Miracle Network.
It's got a lot of variation to it. There are like tons of different, like when you heard the numbers that we were reading out about like what cards to pull.
Oh, yeah.
Keep in mind that like we were only pulling 5 of those, but there are like 20 of each. So
It was
there's
very
a
weird
ton
that
of
we saw so
variety.
much recursion. Yeah.
Overlap. Yeah. But there's definitely a ton of stuff.
That's just
And there's
fast
an
shuffling.
expansion. At least one
Yeah.
expansion, maybe 2.
So yeah, there's plenty to do.
Yeah. Fun game and great concept. And yeah, I had fun playing it.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining
Thank
us.
you,
Thank you for playing
DGDell.
with us.
Hey.
Yeah, thanks for playing with us. That was awesome.
That worked really well.
I want to do more playing with folks on stream. We'll figure out how to do that for more games. But awesome time. Thank you, everybody. I think we're going to call it a night.
Yeah.
Oh, I need sleep. Amanda has to go to work tomorrow.
Vacation over.
Yeah, well, it was a good vacation. You got to do some painting.
Got my goblins done.
Night,
And yeah,
everybody.
Labyrinth of the
Good night.
Goblins. That would be fun. Good night.